welcome to today's session of Danes and Dice. I'm Toby, your Dungeon Master, and today is session number 48. So we are 2 sessions away from hardcore anniversary session. I'm joined by these guys.
Hi!
And we will now do a quick round of introduction, starting with Julian.
Hello, my name is Julian, and I'll be playing Tharagor. Tharagor. What is your Tharagor, the half-orc barbarian.
Yes.
Yes, and my name is Mikkel. I'll be playing Seek, the Satyr Sorcerer.
And my name is Emil. I will be playing Galleon Moonlight, the Moon Elf, who's just found some gateway to the connection to the moon that he has lost.
Gateway drugs.
He found it!
He sought the moon. My name is Frederick. I'll be playing Kevin Riddlewood, the Dwarven Monk, level 8.
My name is Marcus, and I'll be playing the half-orc fighter, Dominic Grimdale.
Yes.
Dominic.
That's what we are now. Let's play some
Dominic.
Danes and Dice, our adventurers departed from Neverending. I was gonna say comfort of the city wall was left behind, but there was really no comfort to begin with. So now they have started wandering the open plains of the scorched Feywild. After a couple of hours of journeying, they ran into a Shadakai slave or prison transport, which they dealt with in a pretty brutal fashion. A lot of big weapons were used to slice people across the middle and just killing things. And in the midst of all of this, or after all of this, they met one of the prisoners, being Shorel, a half-orc known to Tharokar. She let the group know that, or primarily Tharokar know, that his tribe had been ambushed by Shadakai. She had managed to fend off the majority of them, but had in the end seen herself defeated, but not before she managed to get at least some of the tribe's folk out and away safely. She departed with the group. The group ventured forth a little bit longer until they got tired. They stopped, they set up camp, and in said camp, Galleon had himself a bit of an experience as he got attuned to the dagger that Veronestra had given him, now flashing as a symbol or an emblem, I suppose, on his chest plate, where it does all these cool things. That is where we left last session, and as we start today's session, we are past the waking up in the middle of the night. We finished the last session with you having a little bit of time to talk with the boys about what had happened. And yeah. I don't remember if if you actually said anything to the group or if that we ended the session right as it had happened.
We ended the session.
That's what I think. So this has just happened. Action!
Oh my god, guys, this just happened.
What?
What did you do?
I fiddled with the dagger and
You can all see it's kind of shiny on his chest, like this emblem.
Look at
of
this.
the dagger.
What happened to your armor? Is that
it's the dagger. It disintegrated and then disappeared. And actually, I feel a bit of that connection to the moon that I haven't felt in a long time.
amazing?
Do you know if it did anything to your armor or your abilities?
Let me just check.
Did I not tell you this last time?
No, I just got
No.
3 stones.
like
of
that
it.
you just start
Oh yeah,
rolling.
sure. So you don't know yet because you haven't. You have attuned to it, but yeah, you can't. It's something in you feels. I mean, where before you there was definitely a certain caution with everything that's been going on. You were always very cautious, but whatever would make you feel afraid in times you don't think back of with as much fear anymore.
Eternal inspiration.
Internal inspiration. Oh, by the way, Seek, I also changed the name of one thing that you have in your inventory because you wrote it wrong.
Oh my god.
You've been
I think
defiled.
it's the ring.
You've been defiled. Du læste dit diktat forkert.
Du er ikke
I'm
en
sorry.
satyr, du er en fatyr.
I'm sorry.
Fater.
Actually,
Is it the ring?
The one ring.
She's not.
So you explain to the group what happened. You finish your short rest, and while still somewhat exhausted, having been through what you've been through, for the 3 of you having now seen what is the Feywild for the first time, you pack up your bags and
We're going home.
and continue moving forward. The first
Alright.
3 days of your travel are slow going. In this time you have had a long rest.
We did?
Yes.
This changes nothing.
As
This changes
you
everything.
Navigate through the overgrown and uneven terrain. Where you were used to maneuver through the standing Feywild, I mean both Galleon and Therogar, it seems to not only make the landscape harder to cross, but also more difficult to track. I mean, again, you're not always sure whether you're actually on the path that you've walked before because massive trees have fallen down, and we're not talking, your average log. These could be size of you having to literally, with each other's help, crawl over, or maybe make your way a half mile around something in order to try and reconnect with the path on the other side.
Is the landscape that we're traveling, is that still like kind of scorched and smoky and shit?
Incredibly scorched.
Okay, so if I like when we would make camp or something, I would go looking for herbs or something like that. Would I be able to find anything? Probably not.
maybe with my help.
Both of you, or actually, yes, you make a survival check with advantage, and the advantage is what your Therogar is granting Dominic's roll.
All right.
Ooh, survival? Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god.
23.
That is pretty high. You
Yes.
don't find anything. I told you it was scorched, goddammit! No, I mean, Therogar, you've kind of been the one set out to forage the couple of nights you've done that. For the majority of the time, you've had your rations, and I would actually like for each of you to remove 2 rations from your inventory.
Oh, okay.
To add some extra to what you've eaten along the day, Therogar, you know there to be not plants, but more things that wouldn't necessarily have burned. A wet rock you can suck on to gain or to get some extra moisture, to get some water. All these different things that you've used.
Survival
both,
skills.
Exactly, both as a half-orc, but also when walking barren lands with your tribe back in the day.
I would like for a part of our travels
Yeah.
to find a steed.
That makes perfect sense. So, while you're riding on a horse,
No, an elk.
I will add though that for the majority of the time, being mounted won't make you get anywhere faster. It's especially now that the rest of you aren't on mounts, but also just this would, for traveling purposes, would mainly benefit you if you were to travel for a long, like skipping rests, so that the majority of you would get exhausted. That's where you then wouldn't, because you've had, been able to sit on a mount.
Did myself out.
We're getting attacked! An ambush! No!
The blondes are attacking.
Oh, well.
Nana! Oh, the perks of using Bluetooth. Nana, smoothly with a Bluetooth. We're back.
Oh my god.
Different. In any case, to finish my sentence from before.
So I have a steed now, and I can.
And it lasts on, because it's not concentration, right?
Nope, it's
No.
just.
It lasts until it dies.
I think so too.
So you would have yourself a elk. Actually, you know what? As a matter of fact, no. We'll finish this and then we get to Steed. What you notice, Therogar, is the amount of foraging that you've been doing prior to these three gentlemen joining your ranks have been, as we said, pretty much exclusively rock sucking and different post Feywild destruction crops that you could come by. A half scorched potato where you could find, or an apple where maybe you could find a little piece of it that was still somewhat green. Take like a small part of it, throw the rest of it away. But ever since you left Neverending, it's as if while you haven't seen fully grown anything, you have every now and again seen small bits and pieces of a small sprout coming out of the ground, or a small nut kind of growing off of a scorched tree, as if now that you have freed a literal deity, the region is slowly, very slowly, but still starting to recover.
Okay.
And that has helped you as well in
Yeah.
finding various herbs and foods. What you found specifically, I would rather have you try and tell me what you're looking to make with it. We don't have to do that right now, but you would have found small herbs that, with Therogar's help as well, has been this won't kill you as much as this one. You know,
This is
you
not
have an
poisonous.
expert
This is-
who
yeah.
can tell you what you can use and what you can't use.
Pretty resourceful around these parts, Therogar, I
Yes,
must say. It's good to have you.
it's good to have you as well, I must say.
Well,
For such young beings, you are incredibly powerful. Can I
thanks.
ask to what your training has been before this? It's
Well, yes, I
quite unusual.
Well, I mean, most of my training has honestly been combat action in the city that we were in earlier. Me and my friends trying to figure out what kind of mess the dwarf's little brother was in. And then I also received training in the military in Kremol. In the
Military. So you're a soldier.
Well, in a sense, a limited amount of training, but the groundwork was laid out. So yeah, and I'm just happy to learn and to help around.
I see that training in your fighting style. I am never met so young and yet so powerful beings like you, and I'm glad to have you by my side, but be vigilant. This place is recovering after, I guess, the freeing of the goddess. I think we need to free a lot more of those to get it back to what it used to be.
Yeah.
A lot more was possible to forage back in those days, but
I can only imagine.
this is just a shadow of what it was.
Yeah, I appreciate your ability to find food for us as well. That's really good.
I assume the two of you have this chat on the day past what happened with Galleon, and as you make your way back to the rest of the group, not too far from the path you're on, you know, in the evening time when you've been setting up camp, you come back and see that Galleon is stood next to...
An elk.
What does your elk look like?
I think kind of pale skinned.
Albino elk.
Oh
yeah, well,
Now
you're mentioning
your mouth. That's your.
How many
You
extra
said it.
rations does that elk eat every day?
Oh fuck.
How many extra rations would that elk give us if we,
Mine elk.
That's the craziest way to forage.
Just find Steve, slaughter. Find Steve, slaughter. You can't.
You can't. It's
Or you can't eat
no.
them. It's a spirit animal.
Oh.
Spirit animal.
Is
So,
that a fake creature?
placebo.
Pale elk?
Well,
Yes.
everyone is
Male or
elk.
female? Does it have like a big?
I think it's a. Oh, it does have antlers.
Then
Yes.
it would be a.
Then
It's
it
a
can.
they.
Then it can. It's a they,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a spirit
and
thing,
it's
it can be whatever
and
you
their
want.
name
Oh, yeah.
is Luna.
Definitely a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But it does have very big antlers, majestic
Sounds-
antlers. Not very big, not like 20 feet or something, but
Is this happening?
What's the color of the eyes?
red because it's an albino.
Oh. So
Like
it goes
a
in the
red
mouth.
moon.
Seek to the moon. What?
You.
I have a-
He uses fly.
Does it have a moon symbol somewhere?
Maybe on its chest, like in the hair.
Maybe if, when you
Like
look at the
pigments.
antlers from the right direction, it looks like a moon.
Yes. It has
You know
dancing
what?
lights
You
around.
come up with the exact description of your.
I think we just did.
There you go.
I have a question. If I ride the elk,
Yeah.
does that change my speed?
Well,
The elk have
The
50 feet of
Then
movement.
you move with 50 feet movement.
Great.
But again, unless if you want to run ahead of the group, then that wouldn't change the group's moving speed. Just
That makes
because
sense.
you're
I just wanted to know
The
just for
centaur has been created.
Yeah.
Yes,
You-
finally!
You now have a steed. Or an elk, in this case.
And I chop off its head and my own torso, and I put my own torso on top of it, so now I'm a centaur.
Trell.
And I stitch it together.
Are you
can-
proficient with the sewing?
It's the Frankenel.
And I write my first book, How to Make a Centaur.
With the moon.
Fantastic centaurs and how to make
Is it one way to read it? We'll see you again next time. Again, to go back to what I was saying before, the first 3 days you aren't moving fast. Not only because you're tired and everything is very new to all of you. You're spending or using a lot of your energy to try and make sure that you're on the right path, Galleon.
Oh yeah.
With the help of Therogar as well.
Since I've made my steed,
Yeah.
have we gotten a long rest in?
Yeah.
Because
You
I
would
made
have
it.
had multiple long rests.
Great.
During this period, yes.
So we make one more.
That is not how.
Another.
That's not how it works.
I have an army.
Of elks.
You continue, and
It's funny.
on the 4th day of your travels,
Look to the east.
it's while the terrain is still rough in the same extent that it was when you first left Neverending, you make quite a bit better time. Mainly because the two of you who know how to maneuver these landscapes, well, all of you, have gotten better at, oh, it's one more of these type of trees, let's do this, and now we know, great, so if you give me a horseshoe there, I do this, we can move further in and around these areas. So you're able to maneuver through the terrain a bit faster, meaning that you don't have to focus so much on the travel part of it itself. You have more energy to look at the terrain you're making your way through, to collect some thoughts on the places that you are. And in doing so, while the two of you have seen like these small patches of flower there. Not even a flower, just like literally a seed of grass. You start seeing small patches of cluster of mushrooms there, a small patch of greenery there, but still, I mean, it's maybe once every hour or second hour you come by something, but a clear sign that that slowly the forest is healing. You continue for another 2 days, making it 5 days. That you've now 6 days that you've now traveled in total since you left Neverending. Over this time, is there anything we talked about last time? What you wanted to spend some of the initial time on? Is there anything else that you would have done? You would have gotten your attunement information.
Yes.
Is there anything else that the rest of you would have spent time on?
I would very much like to try and improve my stealthiness.
You said that, yes.
Yeah. Because Kevin knows that he's the best at it, but could always be better. So that's what I am.
And how
training?
Do you train being stealthy?
Well, I would actually say I might go if they are hunting or if they're looking for, using birds or smaller animals if we see any, to try and sneak up on them. Try climbing trees without making sounds and stuff like that.
The few animals that you've seen or captured or hunted in this period, the smaller ones have seemed, I mean, obviously affected by what has happened in the sense that the world around them has changed, but have seemed to still function as a mouse or a small bird would. Although it's hard for them to find food, for starters. The bigger animals, once or twice maybe you've seen a small boar or something of the sort. They have been tainted in a way, as if only half boar, half
Something.
Centaurs.
Yes, half boar, half centaur. So it's half boar, then a fourth human and a fourth horse.
Man, bear, pig! It's man, bear, pig!
60%?
It is more of them clear to see that they once were just boars, but now more, I mean, impacted by the shadows, as if because they have maybe not had a Tharrogar there to tell you that's poisonous, that you can eat, that you shouldn't eat. They've just been eating what they've been able to find, and in doing so, it's as if they've been consumed.
Have we seen any of these animals transform in front of us?
There's been no transformation per se. Like there's not been a you ate this, now you're a vampire, bored, whatever. It's more been just a slow, continuous poisoning of their own systems, so to speak. And not a poisoning in the sense that there's a drop of this, now I took 1d4 poison damage. It's more just because they continue to stay in the same environment, breathe in the same air, eat the same, you shouldn't be eating these things. Slowly they're being, I don't think possessed is the right word, but I think you know what I mean. Kind of consumed by this evil energy that has erupted over the big one.
I think while we're traveling and while we're resting, I'll see if I can make like sort of yeast out of some of the
evil matter.
like kind of like if you say I have like the ground things I need to make.
You got those from
exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll see if I can like infuse it with like some kind of moss or
Didn't
something.
you already get the yeast from your dad?
Yeah, maybe I did that.
Or did we only give you the actual wheats? I think you got like a batch of yeast from your dad to make your first batch on. So you already have that.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's good. So I'll just try and see what happens if I like mix in some moss that I've been finding or some kind of maybe a nut or a fruity kind of thing.
Now Toby doesn't know, full disclaimer, the ins and outs of how actual beer brewing works.
Why
I
not?
know, as a DM, I should know everything about everything.
Yeah.
Like when we learned how to make charcoal tree,
Yeah.
because Jonathan wanted to make a fight
Who
familiar.
has a birthday today?
I'm thinking I might have found
Happy
some
birthday.
kind of hops that you need to
Birthday,
use to brew
Jonathan.
beer. Maybe a Feyrealm hop.
But what I'm saying is whether you're successful or not.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
also, is it? It takes a while, right?
It takes a
It takes
while.
a couple of weeks or something
Yeah.
where they have to be this and that and this. And
I
that.
have my, I'll like put it in my brewer's kit or my utensils or like my the thing I have, and then I'll travel with it.
I would say if
Like
you
a-
wanna, because it has to
like a
go in
barrel?
like a proper barrel. So in this it's because you just want to make a small, like one bottle of
Well,
something.
I'm
like
not sure what
concentrated
it.
beer.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure what like brewer supplies.
So you would have the supplies to build it, but you're not walking around with a massive beer barrel on your
No,
back.
no.
So what I'm
So
saying is that you would have,
it's not
I think
gonna be
in
crazy.
order to do like a proper batch
Yeah, okay,
of
yeah.
beer, you would need a bigger container.
Yeah.
And that would be pretty difficult to travel with.
Well, I'm just experimenting.
Yeah, by all means. by all
So it's not like
You
I'm
have
gonna
my
have
war
a,
skin.
yeah, but I have a pot. But I'm just gonna use like a small kind of container
Makes sense.
that I have with the utensils.
You
and
are
then
experimenting.
I'm experimenting with it.
I would like every night also to sit down for 20 minutes, half an hour.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
You said stealthing.
Yes, stuff.
Yes. So that's what you've been focusing on for this pitch.
Okay, cool.
I know there are many hours in a day, but one thing per person per period. If not, then it becomes
All is well.
too difficult to manage. Again, you've seen how very scarcely, but still enough to give maybe a little bit of hope in a pretty dire area of the world. How things are slowly starting to recover. You.
Could the rest of us also say what we're doing?
Yes, sorry. I thought I just said a list if you want to do something different. Sorry.
No, time's up. Sorry.
Go.
No, I was just gonna try to see if I can, with some sort of magic, try to mend the wand and just try to figure out what it can do.
Do you have anything that can mend it?
No. More like we discussed that maybe by focusing on everything.
But I want you to try and describe for me what you would do to try and fix it.
I would probably, with the somewhat small knowledge of druidic magic, I will probably take some, a bit of twigs from all the different places that's been burned to try to see if I can intertwine it, so kind of put on braces on it, and I try to mend it together.
Or like a cast for a wand.
Have you
Kinda.
tried to use it since you
Obtain
tried to fix it?
No.
No. Okay. So then you don't know if it's
No.
not broken anymore.
And I don't know if by any time I would sit down and try to tune to understand what it does. Like to try
I
to.
mean, I'm not already.
It just
telling
said
you what
it's
it
something with necrotic energy.
Did I know?
Scrolling.
Oh.
What's this?
Search. Do a word search.
That would be the smart thing. But I forgot what I called it.
I've called
Here,
it.
I got it.
Logic.
You know that I think I told you this. I might just not have written it for you, but it is called the Wand of the Skull.
I don't know.
I do not
I didn't tell you this.
Me neither.
Okay, I thought I did. Sorry, no worries.
I will.
You know that it, when functioning, can do 1d6 plus your spellcasting modifier. Necrotic damage.
Necrotic.
So kind of like a short bow, but with necrotic damage. Within 40 feet. So not very long range.
Plus spell modifier.
Necrotic damage?
Necrotic damage.
Within 40 feet.
Necrotic damage.
So it technically works as a, like a bow, kind of. Or a wand in like 99% of all other video games.
Flipendo.
Pew! Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Noise.
But again, you haven't
No.
figured out whether or not it works or not.
No.
Move it to your equipment.
One of the skull.
Wand of the scroll.
Marvel. Is that what you want to do?
Then I would like to do something as well. I would like to.
This young.
While we are traveling, I would like. Father! I would like to look for like a sturdy branch and some rock. Then use some of my rope to, during the days, try to see if I can create a throwing weapon of some sort. Simple throwing weapon.
Where you have helped Dominic in trying to find various herbs and whatnot. Dominic has in some of the evenings seen you fiddle with rocks and rope and whatnot because you did get proficient with your rope making skills with the books that you have. So you have gone. Oh, so I guess you can assist him as well, and it will still only be an improvised weapon because it's not a weapon. But you have managed to, have these rocks with rope in between. Do you have a rope in your inventory?
Yes. Hempen rope, I think.
Like a bola or something.
If you have a rope in your inventory, I would need you to cut 20 feet off of it.
Okay.
And for your lasso, did you make that off your own rope, right?
Yeah.
But you still want to have the whole rope together. It's just a lasso in the end of it.
Yeah.
Or did you want to
No, I didn't
have
cut
it
it
as
or
a
anything.
split? Okay.
No.
That's just part
It's
of
just
your.
a knot.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
How do I do that?
You just add. If it says rope there and then a length on it, then you just make a new item. You don't have to do it right now. But you just add a new rope and have it be 20 feet shorter.
Okay.
I think they're 50 feet normally.
You can just.
I'll find one.
Again, we don't have to do that.
You can
this
edit the
very
title, so it just says.
No, I can't.
You can't.
No.
But you now have a.
I can hear.
Oh, me too.
It's fine.
You now have a set of 2 rocks. Imagine you know how cannons, like pirate movies and whatnot, the cannons that they shoot for the masts, how there's this chain in between and they can break the masts. You cannot break things with your rock, that would be OP. But what you can do with them is whenever you manage to hit on a ranged attack, you don't get modifier bonuses, but whenever you hit, the character or creature, whatever that you hit, as long as they have legs, have to make a dex save, or there's a potential that they fall prone. If you hit their feet with like this rock with rope in between.
Do we know what
I
that's called?
will make an item for you.
It's called a bola.
Bola.
Is that item Indian?
Yeah, a bowler.
Yeah.
I think it's an.
That's smart.
I think it's an Indian weapon.
That's a ring guard.
And it is used exactly as you said.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like.
So add a.
1d4 bludgeoning damage.
Bola.
Bola.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I wouldn't suppose it's for damage dealing, but more for proning people. So you've managed to make a bowler. You can add a bowler to your inventory.
Ebola.
Thank you.
Not Ebola.
No.
If you infuse it with a disease, then it's.
You start bleeding.
Yeah. If it's an esports bowler, then it's an Ebola.
How do you spell that?
B-O-L-A.
B-O-L-A.
Doesn't show up for me.
No.
I'll send you a link.
Thank you.
In any case, we don't have to. You don't have to
That's
add
cool.
that this very moment. Is there anything that you've been doing that is different from what you had already been doing?
Looking at my armor and tuning to it.
Yes. You have found out that you are now, while wearing the armor,
Yes.
resistant to fear or being frightened, and that you, twice per long rest, can cast Courage, which is a cantrip. You can cast that as a bonus action.
So resistance to fear and can cast courage.
Courage as a bonus action twice per long rest. And it doesn't cost any, it's a cantrip, but it wouldn't have cost any.
Twice per long rest.
Correct.
Great.
Yeah. Again, whenever you've sat down, whether it's via like trying to detect magic or even in your process of attuning to this or figuring out exactly what has happened to your chest, the amount of radiant energy, or divine energy I should really say, coming from this emblem. I mean, you've literally been touched by a god. And you have a pretty strong inkling that while what it can do, or what it, like the effects that has been bestowed upon you are great, it doesn't feel like that's the limit.
Nice. So a feeling of, if I focus more on it, I will
with what?
get more?
With what? No, more just a feeling of, like you can sense the presence of godly powers, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And although you're not a mighty, powerful wizard or arcane, like knowledge person, still what you have gained from this blessing seems out of proportion with the amount of divine energy that you're feeling. To an extent where the energy that you feel feels like it can do much more than just what you are now aware that you're capable of.
Oh, right.
But it's as if you haven't been able to find out more or get in tune with the probabilities of it. Nana!
What?
So I start hammering on it with small hammers.
Sorry!
I'm
sorry.
It doesn't go
I'm
away.
fixing my armor.
I'm picking my teeth.
What the hell?
I'm sharpening my horn.
Is somebody
Somebody.
on any of you on Bluetooth?
No?
Because
Well,
it's
I am
Miguel's
on-
speaker, so maybe it's
No.
connecting to something.
And
Shouldn't be.
No.
That is so confusing. In any case, yes, that is tis what you feel. You continue, having all worked on these various things during the downtime that you've had, and you enter an area where, again, we've talked about how there's been trees that you've had to maneuver over because the size of them. But it's as if gradually they have increased in size. The trees have gone from being, maybe the size of a school bus, the ones that have fallen, like in the diameter of the trunks, to maybe the size of 2-3 story buildings that you've had to find ways to climb across. A lot of them have fallen, some of them still stand as just these massive pillars, scorched, destroyed pillars in the, again, still somewhat open terrain. And Galleon, you know, not necessarily the specific trees, but you know that you have reached the next, I guess we could say, stop on, or the first stop really, on your list of areas you would make your way through. At least when you're looking around, seeing these, again, massive, massive, massive trees, that some of them, while having still been shortened clearly by the attacks, still stand 150 meters tall. Like, these are massive, massive trees that you're kind of maneuvering in between. You know where we are. I can explain it to the people, but you're also not going to do the honor.
This is it. This is the ever-ending glades. We have to cross this forest. And in the middle there will be a... What's it called? Not a valley.
A glade.
A glade.
In loosening.
In loosening. And there will be a dragon in here somewhere.
This is where the dragon lives.
Yes. So
Okay.
be mindful of the forest. Do not disturb the forest.
This
Charming.
is not where the
Clown.
dragon lives.
Charming forest.
What?
Quick.
No,
No, that's not what you
Neverending
wrote.
Glades. Something else.
No.
Kevin climbs down from
Druid
the tree.
festivals.
Oh, sorry.
What's the forest called then? Do I know that?
No, it's just past that.
Oh,
It doesn't
this
necessarily.
is not the Neverending Glades.
Now that I look at it from this angle.
But we have to reach.
The Neverending Glades is somewhere beyond
Time out.
here.
This is time out. Okay, this is the Neverending Glades. The Glades is an opening in the forest area. It's a big opening that you know to be an area where various rituals were held, where various festivals were had. People would come once every now and again, whenever it was scheduled, for these big gatherings of whether it be ceremonial things, of just festivals, parties, joyful events.
Burning Man.
People
Roskilde!
would attend, or even if they weren't there for a specific reason, it could just be for a picnic. I mean,
Yeah.
again, you're pretty much engulfed or enclosed in these massive, almost, I mean, what we would consider skyscraper-sized trees.
Yeah.
And it's just a flat, like an opening.
The never-ending glades.
Never-ending glade.
Oh, so the dragon lives on the other side of the...
Correct.
So Galleon.
Throw
this
yourself in
is-
next time.
This is the Neverending Glades.
Yes. But it doesn't make sense because a glade is not a forest. And the glade is in the middle of this forest.
Do we trust this guy?
Because they, well,
And on the other side of those glades is a dragon.
seek to the sun.
Also in a forest.
That emblem.
The same forest that we're walking in now.
Okay, but so that emblem thing that happened to you with the moonlight, it's like it doesn't make you high or anything, right?
think
I am
he's-
quite tall.
Yeah, I think he's quite tall as well.
As you make
Well,
your
that's
way
not what I
through,
mean.
Also, I'm sitting on an elk.
Basically screaming down to us.
I'll
What
trust
do you see?
I'll trust you.
as you
Yeah.
make your way through the initial opening of, or well, the start of the Neverending Glades. The sheer size and scale of these trees are, as described before, pretty stunning. The towering giants once served as the centerpiece of this forest, and now the trees are burnt, twisted, their bark is blackened and charred, and their leaves are undone. The ground is littered with debris, fallen branches, chunks of various things, and the smoke of ash, because these trees were so big, the smoke, or the smell, I should say, of smoke and ash hangs even heavier in this area than where you were before.
Also, well, is it worse than in the city?
It's different than in the city because the city it was not all just trees. It was, I mean, houses of bricks. It was all these different things. So even though it was smelled burned enough, it was more just the smell of a rot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Buildings
rot,
and stuff.
decay, being in a compost bunker for too long. I mean, the just the smell of what do you call it? Garbage disposal facility.
Yeah.
What is it called? Losoplas.
The lost class.
For
Oh,
too
yeah.
long.
Oh,
Lost
this,
place.
the
The
lost
lost
place.
place. Where this is
Ah.
just you sticking your head into
The dump.
like a closed or a closed oven, essentially.
Yeah.
Like you navigate as best as you can through this terrain and reach once again one of these massive trees. This one fallen over and blocking the path in front of you. And since Theragar is the one with the highest PP, everyone has 13 except
The
Theragar,
biggest.
well, it's 14.
No,
you
I
have
Longest.
14 as
I
well.
have also 14.
in PP?
Mhm.
My PP is 14.
I fixed your PP. Give me a
Passive
moment, please.
perception.
Yeah.
14.
because
Passive insight.
I've leveled
14.
up since we were
I
there.
give you PP. Don't worry.
have
Kevin, you
three.
want
My
some
PP has grown.
I want PP.
You get
one
some more PP.
One more
Oh, there we
PP.
go. Okay.
How much
Check,
PP do I have?
check.
In any case, 13.
That's correct. My 13
Okay.
is
So since this happened after I said it, it's still Theragon that notices that up ahead, close to where this tree has kind of fallen down, you see or kind of the tip of what appears to be a broken sword.
Everyone, I see a broken sword ahead. The tip sticking off of the ground.
What?
No, just kind of in between. I mean, toasted branches and leaves.
I don't know what it means, but be wary.
You move further up,
So we're not the first ones here.
Broken sword.
or the blade of one.
Yeah.
You move up,
How big is it?
sword size, short sword. You move up, and now that you're close to it, you, Galleon, notice this sword to have some of the same engravings as not your sword, but swords of Eladrin soldiers. And as you look at this
So I
blade
was, I was just fingering with my new armor. What is sticking out of the ground? A sword?
the blade, or the broken blade of a sword you found lying on the
Oh,
ground.
okay.
And you see that some of the engravings are like on this blade. Again, there's not more than this left on of the blade itself. Some of the engravings on it are written in Sylvan, and you know this blade to have been an actual sword, be a sword used by Eladrin soldiers. As you look at this and kind of study it for a bit, you look further ahead. In Theragar again, you notice that just kind of half underneath this massive log of a tree that is essentially more of a hill to you guys than a wall, than a tree itself, there lies a Shadakai on the ground.
Alive or dead?
Not moving.
Be wary.
Okay, so they're here as well.
Should I do the same thing?
We need to check if she's dead.
I love how all the Shadakai become female now, just because that's kind of what they look like.
Does it look like
Let's
does it
move
look like
closer.
a powerful one or a weaker one?
You can't really determine any the class, so to speak. I mean, like you've seen with the
Characteristics.
ones alive.
What
Yeah.
about the weapon? There isn't one.
I mean, yes, there is the blade, but the blade is clearly of
Yeah.
Eladrin
But her,
soldiers. She doesn't
well,
have
I unmount my steed
makes
and I
sense.
tell the
Is
others.
it possible to see how the Shadakai was killed?
You move up
we have to make sure that she's dead.
to the
Like
body.
last
Yes.
time.
Eyes on the
And
forest. This might be a
as
trap.
you turn the corpse around, you see that where you earlier have managed to take off a like somewhat probably functioning, maybe a little battle worn, but still somewhat probably functioning armor. Here, this Shadakai is just, I mean, there's sword marks and stab wounds everywhere on them. And as you kind of try and lift her over, you can see that pretty much the bottom part of her body has been flattened, pancaked by something very heavy. Heavy. And as you stood next to what appears to be a pretty tall tree, it would seem obvious that the fall of the tree would have been kind of the, if not the killing blow, then at least if it was already a corpse at the time, that would have hurt quite a bit.
So the tree has fallen or is still.
The tree is, I mean, you're essentially walked up to what would have been like a back street in New York, dead end, because you have a 3, 4, 5 story tall
Redwood tree.
massive tree lying, or the chunk of it lying in front of it.
Okay.
Galleon, I have a question. Did you think this tree fell down, or would something be able to push it in case, like a dragon?
Let's look
Good
at the
question.
roots.
I mean, it's not the first time you've seen big trees having been felled, but as you look around, there seems to be many more of them standing still,
Yeah.
or what's left of them, than lying down. But it wouldn't be
Can
too
we see?
like weird that it had
Okay,
fallen
okay.
as part of the.
Can we see any like end to this? Do we see the roots or?
Not really.
So the tree is so long we can't see the end.
It is again. I mean, some of these are multiple hundred meters.
All right.
Maybe there are still people around who are alive here.
I mean, you know, they wouldn't be. It's not like you'd have to walk 8 kilometers to reach the end of the tree, but you know that they are. Could be like a 5 to 7 minute walk to reach the
There
one.
might be something amiss. I think we should have eyes on the forest.
Yeah.
Should I do the same thing as last time? To try
Yes.
to polarize the heart?
Chicken.
I'll-
Checker.
I'll check
First.
Chicken.
Chicken.
Check
her heart.
Chicken.
Polymorph.
Chicken heart.
The heart. As you remove the armor, you don't see a. Like, there's no. Oh, the last time you had nat 20 slash someone across, and there was a very clear. Oh, that's the heart. If you want to get access to a heart now, you'd have to. I mean, dig in and
Just stab
check
it.
Just check it.
Just stab it.
Sure.
or you can do that. I mean, yeah, you'd have to literally tear it open with a knife or something, like a surgeon style, or you'd have to, as you said, just try and.
Battleground, who wants to help?
Of course. Right. So I take the dagger and I just stab it through where I think the heart is.
Mhm.
On the left side of the torso.
Cross. You. Like, there's a small in the body, but that's.
Normal.
Might as well have been a result of you just pounding
Looks,
a dagger into a piece
looks-
of meat, so
Alright.
there don't seem to be
Looks pretty
any,
dead.
Now we're certain.
any extra reaction.
And then a second flame, try to just see if I can direct it into the hole. And
You can't really, but again, I mean, what was intestines before
Explodes
is,
from the inside.
Yeah,
Let's,
is, what was intestines before?
Looks like
is
meat's
pretty-
back on the menu, boys.
Again, you're met with this where it already smelled of decay. Now it's burned decay.
The bark of the tree, is it flat or is it
No,
like
it's very wrinkled
is
from
it possible
this
to
burning.
like climb up
I
on
mean,
the side of the
again,
tree?
you've done this earlier.
Yeah.
Again, the trees would have been much smaller then, but you've climbed some of these fallen trees before.
Battleground, be
Wolf,
mindful of the
we need
trees.
help.
Be mindful of
Get
the
up.
tree. Do not harm it.
Of course not. That blade. How are Elidrin
You never know in the
towards the
Feywild,
blades?
young
Is
one.
it disrespectful to?
I will pick up the blade
I understand.
and look closer. Take a closer look.
Again, you see it as a Elidrin crafted sword. I mean,
Is it a full sword?
No,
But
it's
it's just a blade.
literally it's the tip of the sword and maybe half of the blade down towards where you would have.
Perfectly fine for a dwarven sword.
Someone might be missing that. Let's bring it along.
I think it
I
might.
think it might.
Right.
Or someone is here that we need to find.
Let's bring
Who
it.
do you think? Do you know who it might be?
If there are any Eladrins or
We need to
one
help
of
them.
those around, we need to be careful.
I start climbing up the tree.
Understood.
And
Again,
try
it's a
sneakily.
3, 4, maybe even 5-story building.
I'm a
so
monk.
it's, you know, it was more in case everybody wanted to climb it. It's gonna not that you
you're a
can't do
monk,
it, but
guys,
it's
see?
gonna take a little while. Maybe help each other with some roping and some.
You're
Some people are
blinded.
better at climbing here than others. It would take you a
Of
little
course,
while.
of course.
But
Oh,
you're
my
really,
God.
not really in a hurry right now. So
I have a rope with me.
Yeah. You all, I just take it, start trying to climb to the top of this fallen tree. As you make your way up to the top of it, you see that up ahead of you is an opening in this forest. An opening that you would know to be the glade itself. Out in the glade, I mean, again, where you've walked now, whenever you've reached a high ground, up top of a hill or something, you've been able to see a bit further forward, but because of fallen trees, because of ash and debris, you've never really been able to see more than maybe 300-400 feet ahead of you at the time, then there's been a fallen tree you've had to walk around, or a log, or something else has obscured your vision. But it's as if now that you're staring into this glade, the terrain opens up quite a bit more. The first thing that catches your eyes as you look out across the landscape are banners, kind of the remains of banners waving in the air. A variety of banners seem to be stuck in the ground, out in the opening. As they wave in the wind, and scattered around them as you kind of follow the banner pole down to the bottom, you see what appears to be corpses.
Looks like we were late for some big battle. What do you think we should do, Galleon?
Look for survivors.
Right. Have we climbed down the tree yet?
You stood like this is you coming up to the top, all kind of not in synchronized fashion, but because I didn't want to have to explain to it one by one. Coming up, standing, then going okay, and then overlooking this. I mean, this entry.
Like a glade.
Yeah, you pretty much stood on the edge of the forest, maybe with a few hundred feet ahead of you, and you're seeing how this terrain is opening up, and where you go. Oh, nice! Now there's no trees we have to climb over.
Yeah.
There just seem to be an abundance of.
Do any of you recognize any of the banners?
You would still be too far away to see,
Not
to
yet.
see them probably.
I try to look down towards the bottom just to scan the area to see if there are any enemies down there.
You don't see any movement.
Right, should be clear down there, I think.
I can jump down there and check.
You can jump without breaking your legs.
Yeah.
Probably.
Quite impressive.
From here.
Excuse me, this is the first time I meet someone with monk capabilities.
Well, that's mostly what we did.
Jumping down from tall things.
Yeah, you know.
So
Well, you're strong and tall.
Throw me.
was a kid.
I'm smaller, but I'm quick, and then I jump. And I do a backflip.
Hey!
Make an acrobatics check.
Wasn't it like a...
Oh, 23.
And what is the thing called that makes
Slow
you...
fall.
Slow fall.
And what does it do? Exactly?
I
Crouching tiger hidden.
I can use my reaction when I fall to reduce any falling damage I take by 40.
Yes. So...
When we were kids, he broke his legs though.
It's,
But I jumped so far!
I hope this fall is not too long for this dwarf.
Can I borrow the...
But wasn't it like... how
I'll just
many
take
feet
this.
was it? Or wasn't it
There were
like
2 or 3 stories, right?
5?
No, 5 stories.
Oh. Oh well. I'm not gonna
I
die.
sprained my ankle a little bit.
Yes.
Ouch!
Oh,
Ooh!
Don't jump!
I can jump that distance. You don't have to trust me.
This is the most D6 I've ever rolled.
Stories.
It's just around 90 feet. You're jumping.
90.
Feet, yes.
Imitation.
It's 25 meters up. Yeah.
maybe you should have asked before jumping.
Yeah. Minute.
But I do it stealthily.
You take, you jump down is in this crazy leap and land still with a little more speed than you were maybe hoping for. And how much damage is it that you can reduce?
40.
You take 4 damage.
I let my hand on like a pine go like.
You go like.
It's still, this is the first time you've leapt off of something where it actually
I love slow fall.
But also now you know that slow fall by no means make you invincible.
Invulnerable.
Yes.
My wrist.
So you take 4 damage.
Yeah.
But
But they can't see that.
That's up to you.
Can
And as you jump on, there's like a sound and
No, that's so awesome with a 3-point landing and stuff. Cool,
Yeah.
man.
I'm still alive!
yeah, you did a doof, and then where a Branel started to grow, it's like
No, it was a pine cone.
pine cone. Oh, fair. Even worse.
That's impressive.
As
Yeah,
you-
I've never seen men.
Let's climb down.
Or you mean, that's impressive!
I've never seen him jump that
You-
far.
I look around.
You all make your way down as you look around.
Yes.
Again, I mean, now the opening is not as easy for you to see as you don't have the high ground position that you had just before, but you can still see
I-
that just up around like 200 feet ahead of you is like the trees pretty much just stop and an opening presents itself.
But I don't see any movement or any corpses.
Not from where you stood right now.
I think while they climb down,
It takes a couple of minutes.
yeah, I'm gonna go right to the edge of the forest.
So you're going 200 feet ahead of everyone.
Or 200 feet. Oh,
Up to
sorry.
200 feet ahead.
I don't know what happens with me and length today. I go a little forward just to see.
You stand a bit ahead of
Yeah.
the rest of the group.
Stealth.
You don't sense
Stealth
any movement.
No.
And as the rest of you make your way, without taking damage, down the tree, you all start walking towards this opening, the glade itself. What meets your eyes, as from before, it was kind of a tunnel angle that you had out into the glade, but now that you make your way kind of past the last lock out into the open field itself, hundreds, if not thousands, of corpses make up pretty much all that you can see in the clearing.
Whoa.
You realize that these must be the remnants of a battlefield. The once vibrant colors of Eldrin armor that both you, Galleon, and Theropound have seen before are now just clothing dulled by layers and layers of ash and debris. And as you move further into the glade itself, again, I mean, with every step you take, you pretty much see 50 new corpses further up ahead.
Wow.
That's a lot of people to loot.
I will continuously look for survivors.
You don't seem to see anything. You know that this glade is approximately...
Are we in the glade now or in the forest?
You have just stepped into the glade.
Great.
The glade being the opening being the battlefield.
Yes.
The corpses we see, is it solely like Eladrin and
There's
or is it
both-
also Shadowkai?
Both Eldrin and Shadowkai, both the Shadowkai that you fought before, and also seemingly some of the
Lower
lesser
ranking.
Shadowkais. Just in a big mix on top of another.
What the hell happened here?
Are there any
Battle.
burn marks, like from dragon attacks or something?
I mean, you since pretty much the entire ground is scorched, you wouldn't be able to tell whether or not that would have been the impact of a dragon attack or from, well,
The battlefield.
the entire realm being burned, or the battlefield itself. So no, you can't make out any like
No
specific
burned
bigger
corpses.
monster attacks. None that you see. I mean, again, you've just stepped foot into
Okay.
the battlefield itself.
Right.
So no, none that you see immediately.
This is the state of the glade. How would the state be of the summer palace, do you think?
Well, hopefully they stop.
There's no
them here.
telling. We have to push forward.
Did you say that they also used to do rituals here and festivals and events and stuff?
Yes, druids,
Druids?
magic people.
So,
These people
here.
seem ready to fight, though.
You've probably attended some events here too. I mean,
I've been here.
Elf events. And, I mean, it's there isn't really the whole. This is for the satyrs. This is for the fays, and the Feywild is all just a big cluster of everyone doing things together. So you've probably attended like various events in your youth here as well.
Yeah.
What does the banners look like from here?
Again, the vast majority of them are completely destroyed, eroded
Bad.
in time. They don't seem burned. Actually.
Not burnt. All right.
No.
But these people
you see
seem
dark.
Eroded with time, you say? So they've been here for a long time.
Seemingly, yes. This battle didn't take place yesterday.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Skeletons.
Oh. No, you see dark banners. Again, you can't really. Where before they might have a fancier shape, now they just seem torn, destroyed. But the banners that you saw in Neverending, the dark banners that kind of led up to where the Shadowkai held Vernestra captive, you could see similar, like at least the colors. Maybe not the like the shapes of them, but colors would be similar of the dark banners.
Galleon, do you think a powerful Shadowkai could bring some of these dead corpses back to fight if we were ambushed?
There's no telling.
I don't like this.
Me neither.
Standing
Let's just get out of
in the
this
middle
way.
of this battlefield.
We should probably continue on.
Yes.
Right?
I think we have to be swift.
We can't really get rid of these amount of corpses.
And it's both Shadowkai and
Big
Everton.
old mix of
Yeah.
everything.
Any
So
more?
much death. Yes.
Not that I've seen.
None that you see. No, there are Eldrin, I mean, pretty much all kinds of Fey creatures are here. The ones of whom would be fighting in and out.
See, let's just.
I think we have to pick up our tempo.
Yes.
Just do it.
You move further into the gate again. This might be a 5-6 kilometer walk across the glade itself. So it's a pretty big opening, but it seems kind of small because even when you enter the glade, you can already start to see the big tree chunks on the far side. You know that it's pretty damn far away. So like standing in Helsingør and looking towards Helsingborg, you don't think it's 5 kilometers because you can see just over on the other side. But knowing the chunks that you stood and kind of leaving behind, if those are the same on the far end, it's a pretty long walk in the open. And as for right now, all you can see is just corpses.
While we walk, I ask Galleon the rituals that they used to make here. Could they be powerful magical rituals by any means?
Yes, some of them were, I guess.
You just? Yeah.
Hmm?
It's your festival.
Oh, hey.
We made
Whoa.
dragons, we made realms.
Centaurs.
Centaur making
festival. I actually came up with that one.
That was
It was
Oh,
never
yes.
approved.
Magic of all sorts. Music, dancing.
Oh,
Lights.
because I was
Dancing
just
lights.
thinking that this is a weird, not necessarily a weird place to have a battle because it's out in the open, but it's just curious that maybe someone tried to do some kind of ritual.
A lot of powerful people came through here.
As you move further into the glade itself, the air grows thick, and not just thicker as in when you were in the city and saw corpses there, but proper thick, as just the stench of rot and corpses kind of fill your lungs. The corpses that you see along the way don't change much, but it took a few of the dead Eldrin for you to notice that they seem to not only have suffered greatly, being that there's the
Expressions.
the one thing is how brutally a lot of them seem to have died or fallen in battle, but also the amount of Eldrin you see in comparison to the amount of Shadowkai seem to be far more Eldrin and Fey than Shadowkai. You see that their bodies and once proud forms seem to be kind of distorted and broken in many different places, and it seems as if some of them where they would have had, at one point been pretty buff, I suppose, fighters, it's as if their bodies have kind of withered and shrunken, as if somebody drained them of their strength and energy.
They look
Essentially
strange.
like looking at a like a mummy or mummified
Yeah, yeah.
person, like all just
Does that ring a bell?
Not really. You know that you have fought. I mean, the group of you have fought someone and something that could do that kind of stuff.
Some of these corpses look a bit strange, honestly.
It's like a
Like
temple.
Not natural. I mean, nothing about this is really natural, but by the looks of them,
When I touched that Shadowkai weapon, I could feel the chain sucking power from my body. Perhaps this is the result of that kind of magic.
the guy we fought in the city, when we met you for the first time, it
Yeah.
also kind of felt like he was draining, well, like energy from me back then.
Yes.
Very,
Yes. They tend to do that.
yeah.
I don't think we should linger here in the glade.
No, let's press on.
Yes.
As you
Remember, be mindful of the forest. You don't know.
Any movement around us?
None that you see right now.
Are we
Again,
in the
I mean,
the
while you
forest
can
now,
see-
or
no. You're still only in the first like 20-25% of
oh,
this battlefield. Again, I mean, there's not a paved road for you anymore. Normally, you just walk across the open glade and kind of catch the road on the other side
it's
into
more
the
like-
forest. And right now, you're essentially dodging corpses.
I
Are we-
mount my elk.
It's a monk.
Are we, should we go along the side, or should we just continue in the middle of this battlefield?
What does the horizon say?
What does the horizon say?
Yes, I speak with the sky. No, what? How does the horizon look?
Again, as I said before, you can see kind of in the distance the top of, or the majority of these trees. It's still a couple of kilometers ahead, and the terrain goes up and down, so you can't, like, it's not, everything is not lying flat for you to see ahead of you. But you see the end of the glade, kind of on the other side of where you are.
And it's quite bright,
As I said,
wide,
across, approximately 5
not across
kilometers.
the other way.
It would be pretty circular, so you know it's about 5 kilometer circle.
So it would be
Right.
it would be a massive detour to.
If
All
we,
right.
if we stay here, we can't get surprised. We'll see everything.
All right.
We can't stay here. We're out in the open. We have
Yeah,
to
of
push
course.
forward.
And while we
Still
walk,
moving.
let's look for survivors,
Yes.
just in case. Keep a lookout.
Try to be extra aware.
Yes.
when
Again,
we
it
move
doesn't look
forward.
like this battle took place yesterday, but you never know.
And if we see something shiny,
You,
Look for loot.
on the lootout.
Ah! Oh, wow.
You move another. I mean, consider pretty much everything here difficult terrain in the sense that you're crawling across corpses. You do so for around 20-30 minutes until. Now you all have foraging, then it's not fun anymore. Well, until all of you, except for Seek and Galleon, I suppose, here.
What?
I mean, it's been incredibly quiet up until now. You've heard an occasional raven. The wind is kind of blowing across. There's the raven. As they kind of pick and eat out what's left of these corpses. But you hear kind of from the distance what sounds like pretty loud, not giant, loud, but somewhat loud, like thumps.
From what direction?
Kind of footsteps sounds up ahead.
Keep quiet. Footsteps. Get down.
Look dead.
I dismiss my elk.
To the side.
Fall down.
Yes. And
Doink.
lay down.
I lie down and look towards the.
We all lie down.
I try to get
We all lie
some
down.
bodies over me.
Yes,
Uh,
lie down.
I would
To the
like
side.
for
We all
all of
lie.
you to make a stealth check.
I've got
I
advantage.
lie down. I don't.
Me neither.
Oh,
No!
that was
so
not
bad.
very stealthy.
So you actually fall.
You fall off the
I close my eyes and imagine that I'm lie down.
14.
23.
You close your eyes at night.
4.
Dirty 20.
What happens without you by my side?
1.
That one?
Yes.
Okay. What happens is that as you guys lie down, shh, you don't, like, you get to say shh without getting a whole lot more command across, as you also rolled 4, and just kind of lie down and instantly start taking corpses above your body. The rest of whom having not yet really understood what's going on, because only a couple of you heard what was ahead. As the rest of you hear it, you go kind of try and lie down as well. In the midst of all of this, Galleon still sat on his very tall, majestic elk.
Luna.
You have what? I suppose
Oh, so I did
never-
not dismiss my elk.
That is what you do now,
Okay.
because of your net one. You realize that you've actually
Hide
never dismissed your elk before. Because this would be the first time that you ever used Find Steed. So in the midst of it, you go, okay, do I climb down it first and then dismiss it, or do I dismiss it? So it kind of becomes a half motion, and you end up falling down, lying down, like falling down on your side, which makes an audio comes out, but you don't seem to hear any yells or sudden changes of pace of these footsteps because of it. Because as a group, you succeeded. You hear these steps.
Can I peek out and see something? See where the noise comes from?
Seek to the
Right
giant.
now, you're all hiding, so peeking out would mean
Okay.
maybe
And
not
use
hiding
stealth check.
anymore.
Okay.
But to finish what I was saying,
Yes.
you hear what appears to be the sound of two creatures overhead. They speak. Initially, you can't hear words being said, but as these voices become louder, the 2.5 of you, because Seeker Sylvan is still somewhat rusty.
I spoke Sylvan with the...
With the druids, never mind.
Yes, yes,
But
The three of you,
Oh.
you speak Sylvan too, right? Yes. The three of you hear the voice of a
Voice saying,
a voice saying, "No, we don't need that one. I don't think we can make much use of it. Morgs over here. This one looks good." And you hear this doom, doom, doom. I think this one's alright. Yeah, this one's a shiny one. We can use that most definitely. Doom, doom. And you hear these steps get much closer to you, to the extent where the ones of you lying the closest to where this audio is coming from is slowly starting to feel this kind of small doom, doom in the ground below you.
They're speaking Sylvan.
Yes.
I would like to take a look at them.
As you peek up, you see before you a small gnome, kind of walking around, jumping on some of the corpses, looking in various small pockets or like underneath the side of the armor. Different things. And next to him is you would know what this is, a towering furbolg. The ones of you who don't know what a furbolg is, they look like. Yeah. That was a small image. I should find you a new picture. They look like this.
Yes.
And they are taller than Goliaths.
Holy.
Now I've lost my mouse. There. Thank you. You see a big furball as well, so walking around, kind of actually pretty similar to that, with a quarterstaff and a backpack on. You think this one's good? No, we already have plenty of those, Mox. And kind of keeps on walking, and as you sit up, but kind of look up to see them, the furball makes like a Gimplog, I think there's somebody over there who ain't dead yet.
I get up as
I
well.
stand up.
from my hiding
I
place.
stand up as
And
well.
you see how this small gnome picks something from his bag and kind of holds it up like this towards all of you. Step back! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Put it down, put it down. We're just merely travelers, just traveling through this glade.
We mean no harm. Sorry to interrupt you.
They don't seem too scary, boss.
I don't care what they look like.
I command you to put down your crossbow. We are the League of Light, and we need passage of this glade.
I don't know what League of Light is. I don't. This ain't your glade. We saw it first.
I grew up here. Put it down.
Well, I could have grown up here too, now couldn't I?
Yes, you could.
But you didn't.
Sir, please, we mean no harm. Please lay down your arms. We're not in. We mean you no harm. We really mean it. We're on the same mission as probably you.
But you have weapons.
Of course, we need to defend ourselves, not against you apparently. You have a mighty weapon there, but that's not.
Shiny weapons.
Our weapons are our own.
I would like to use a cast command on him.
Okay, realize that when you cast that, when the spell wears off, that person will know that you cast a spell on.
That's fine.
Okay.
Do it.
And I told him to
Do it.
drop his weapon.
Okay, what do I have to do?
You have to roll a wisdom 13.
Bring a stat block.
Wisdom 13. Who did that?
I did that. I told you to drop down your weapon.
I don't like that.
I told you. We are the League of Light, fighting for the survivors of this place.
What are they bring? I'm just looking at. What are they bringing? The two of them.
You
What
see
are
that
they
this
packed
guy
up?
has dropped what he had in his hands. It wasn't much. I mean, he's a gnome, so very little would be in his hands. And just kind of pulled this weapon out. He seems to have a backpack on him as well, and a short sword, or dagger, more like, because it's a gnome, by his side. So I'm not really packing a whole lot of weaponry. The Firbolg, you see half his big quarterstaff, looking more like a small tree that he plucked out of the earth at some point. And
branch.
he just has a backpack.
Half staff.
So
Is it filled with? Does it look full? The backpack.
you can't really make that out with where you stood, but yeah, I mean, there's clearly some things in it.
Wait.
Look, we mean you no harm. Can you tell us what happened here?
Check. With advantage.
Thank you.
Can I also?
Because
That's the
he's helping?
advantage.
Ah.
Oh, that's the advantage.
Persuasion? That's 15. Thank goodness for advantage.
What's it?
I
Another
guess.
one?
I guess more people to loot this place wouldn't be the worst thing. Who are you again?
The League of Light.
Sounds pretty fancy.
Survivors from Neverending.
Where do you come from?
That's not important.
Can you tell us what happened here?
Yes. Good sir. A battle happened here.
How long ago?
They're all dead, and therefore they don't need their things anymore.
Oh, that's it. Oh.
Yes.
How long
Now
ago?
they're ours.
Have you, by any chance, found magical items on the dead bodies of these persons?
You see how this verb.
Oh, yes, we actually.
No, we didn't find anything. Nothing magical. Just, your spears and swords and arrows and all the ordinary types of weapons that you can find around here.
Good sir. Know that we are trying to save the Fey realm. We're not
Ah,
just
yes.
we're just passing. We're not just passing by.
Aren't we all?
I mean it with every fiber of my being. We are here to try to do the best that we can and save your realm, this realm.
Yes.
So, I would applaud you for trying to aid us in this venture. This world
Save
is
the fire realm, you say?
The fire realm.
Now,
Did he just say fire?
Kosuth.
What about the loot?
Loot. Well, seems like you've already taken quite a bunch.
Well, it's gonna take us at least a week to get done with this place.
We have
So what are you
not
gonna
taken anything yet of this place. And if
Well, it's kind of stupid, isn't it?
you would be interested in keeping it that way, perhaps we should see if there is something that we should buy from you of what you've already found.
Well, I find I like to keep for myself. Until I get tired of it, bored of it, then I drop it. Then I find something new.
Well, here's another offer. I guess you're interested in keeping the Fey realm. The Feywild.
I suppose.
This world. Would you be interested in fighting for it? With all of those weapons?
Fighting for a realm? Now, what good has the realm ever done to me?
Well, what would you do without it?
Well, they seem to have been fighting already, haven't they? And how did that go? Not too well, I suppose.
What are you going to use all those weapons for?
Now, what I'm going to use my weapons for is my business and my business alone.
So you're not going to use it for fighting?
I like looking at them. They're pretty.
Is that so?
If we fail, this realm will be destroyed with you in it. Is that what you're interested in?
I'm sure I can find my way out of here somehow.
But boss, we've already tried. No.
That's we can find our way out of here somehow.
Maybe we should start talking to your bigger friend here instead of you.
What's your-
Morse.
What's your name, friend?
Morse.
Hello, Morse.
Oh,
My
Would
name is
you-
Zeke.
Would you be interested in fighting for the realm?
oh, we are from here.
And you do like living, don't you? Not that I would kill you, but if we don't save this realm, we're all gonna die.
But Gimblad said that we can make a lot of money with.
And what are you gonna do with those money if you're not alive?
Intent on staying alive.
Yes.
And we bring money. So why is our money not good enough for you?
Gimblad makes the decisions.
That's right. That's the way it's gonna stay.
Morse and Gimbrock. Gimbrock?
Block.
Block. Gimbrock. So,
Block.
as it is at the moment, you cannot really exit or enter the Fey realm.
Says who?
Says the most powerful wizards of the Sword Coast.
Oh, and that would be you now, wouldn't it?
At the moment, yes. And also,
All behind our trouble then.
and also, I hope that you know of the gods. This man at my side is a chosen person of the deities of this realm.
Oh yes, he's
And-
the chosen one, and you're a wizard from this.
And if you do not start speaking with respect in this desolated place, I will remove your head from your shoulders.
I look at I send eyes to Galleon.
Make an intimidation check.
Do it.
Did I just hear head and shoulders?
Yes.
It's because they have
Check
this.
who?
Intimidation, that's a 19.
Just because you're taller doesn't mean that you have an easier time hitting my head than.
Then I step forward and say, I think you should listen to my friend here.
How about
I step forward
if
as well.
no heads get taken off? You need to save the realm. We help you with that, or as long as we feel like it. And then you help Morgs. And you see as he's kind of hinting towards Morgs. Morgs is where before he was pretty slow initially already, but now he's kind of just stood there staring out into nothing. Morgs. And you see how he kind of punches his knee, and then
Oh, boss. Did I do it again?
Yes, Smokes, you did it again. He does that. And I don't know why. But ever since it started happening, he's lost his abilities. Abilities that were very, very convenient, should I say.
What happened to him?
Well, don't you think that's what we're trying to find out?
And he doesn't remember anything.
Does he look like one who remembers anything?
Well,
I remember things, boss.
I know you do, Monks, but not the things that we need to know in order to get further away from here. Now, we help you with what exactly?
well, you could either walk with us to the Summer Palace. We're headed there.
The what?
Summer Palace.
There's a palace, you say?
Yes.
They should have shiny things.
Many have it goes. If you were to aid us with, apparently you are quite the artisan of magical items in your bags.
Yes, I can make things.
Hmm?
Fix things, create things, whatever it may be. We help you to the palace, get some shiny things, and you help us help Marks.
Well, I think if you get the shiny things,
Yes.
then you're already getting something out of helping us getting through the palace. So
Have you
either
through the palace?
you help us to the palace, we get the shiny things, and we help you with Morks.
I strike a hard bargain, Half-Orc. I like what they sing. It's beautiful. We help you. Now, do you know where this palace is? We
Yes,
haven't seen any palaces around here.
it is. In the Lake of Dreams.
What is it? Lake?
You haven't found the lake?
Or the palace?
Yes.
How far is it approximately from here?
Are there big mountains
Well, a few days walk.
with flying donkeys?
Who said anything about mountains and flying monkeys?
You said anything about lakes and castles?
Yes,
Yes.
because that's where I grew up. Are you new here in the Feywild?
Well, we haven't exactly.
Yes, we have been around for a while, but we move around to points of interest.
Points of interests. Have you met the dragon yet?
Oh, there's a dragon as well, you say?
Oh, you don't believe me? Well, by all means. I think we should just move on and leave you to it then. I guess he'll find you soon enough.
Intimidation.
Morgs, have you seen any dragons?
No, sir. I haven't seen any dragons around here.
Dragon.
Morgs haven't seen any dragons.
Morks has a hard time remembering what he needs to remember to get you out of here.
Morgs
As you
has a
say.
way of communicating. With the
Well,
creatures
yes.
of the realm.
Oh.
Are you a druid, sir?
Morg says he hasn't seen any. I don't think there are any dragons around here.
Well, if you like to take your chances, I guess we just need to hang around and then get all the magic items we'd like. These are not gonna last long.
Druid.
What happened to you? Did somebody put a spell on you?
Well, Gimplock says I started staring.
Okay.
Is there anything about this furbolg that we can see that looks odd or
He seems
out of
pretty common cloak, but still, I mean, obviously being in the Feywild, it has elements of nature on them. He has this pretty ordinary backpack and, again, a big staff that might as well have been a small tree that he pulled from the ground.
Is there anything particular about the staff? Maybe broken or?
Nothing that you can see.
Alright.
We help you to the palace
Hmm?
with the shiny things. Once we get there,
come to an agreement on who gets what shiny things. And you help us
That sounds fair.
help Mooks.
Of course. While we're walking there, and we run into some trouble, might you consider loaning us, if you do have some powerful magical items that we might be able to use while accompanying you, to protect you and Mooks?
I don't like magical items that are made for this.
Combat. When we're into
Well, that's the
smaller
reason
things.
all of this is taking place, isn't it?
Yeah.
If we didn't have fancy items that could do magical, powerful, evil things, this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Well, do you know
like
of
the
what
shiny
happened
ones
here?
and the pretty ones more.
The shiny ones.
So go.
I like to pull out the Eladrin sword we found.
Magical ones. Broken. Doesn't
Like
work.
this? Doesn't work? No. I throw it away.
As you throw it away and see it kind of land on the ground, you see a bunch of swords lying on the ground, looking a lot like
So I
it.
throw it in the pile of swords that they already.
No, just kind of throw it.
The magical pile of swords.
Swords.
I guess you've already sorted them into this pile.
Oh,
Sorted them.
These are the sorted
What's the
swords.
joke?
Well, I
1d4
mean-
damage.
I mean, sort of, right?
Oh.
we travel with you to this palace
Yes.
to make sure that this dragon that isn't here isn't doing us anything. And should we come across obstacles along the way, depending on the severity of them, I'm sure that as long as you hold up your end of the bargain, we'll aid you there too.
That's good.
Keep in
And we'll
mind
keep
that
you safe
Oaks
from-
is somewhat limited with his stick.
He has the stick of chaos.
Well, by all means.
Oh, that's a deal then.
Well,
Watch with your friends. They don't say anything at all.
We are from the material plane, the Sword Coast. and-
Oh yes, this is data from the material thing, yes.
Yes.
Who is a mighty soldier.
Yes.
Yes.
Fireball.
You're quite the suspicious type, aren't you?
No, why shouldn't I be? We're standing in the battlefield.
You're standing in a battlefield.
Your mom is lying in the battlefield. Oh.
Oh, so
I
bad.
think
I don't know my mom. So
Joke's on you.
and you can see
So she might.
You stand here. Say, are they saying
1d4
anything-
damage, vicious mockery.
Are they saying anything useful?
Yes, we apparently are making an agreement with them to walk to the summer palace with them, and this big fellow has some sort of memory loss, and he doesn't remember much. He was a druid once, but he's not anymore.
Oh,
Lost his
Gimblog,
abilities.
shall we tell them we speak common too?
hello, sir.
good to hear.
Next time, if you don't understand us, just tell us to change the language.
Well,
we haven't met a lot of people who speak our language.
well, I mean,
Well,
most,
they do.
yeah.
How did you learn common?
Well, it is
How
common
did you
knowledge.
learn common?
By living in the big city.
By living in the big city.
Oh, what city are you from?
Probably not the same one as you.
Mox, what
Not
city are
the
you from?
summer palace.
I'm not from a city.
You're from a forest. Nice.
Well, great to meet you, and good that so we are.
Well, I'm
Continue.
Kevet.
Yeah.
With the League of Light. My name is Seek.
See, I told you he said the leader.
I didn't, he said.
Oh, I told you he said the hartful kind.
So we just established that when I thought of Sylvan, I thought of someone singing, and Marcus thought of Dutch.
It's the same thing, different song.
Different song.
Smart.
So before we go, what have you guys found here?
As I told you, just as we met you, we have not looted this place. Therefore, we haven't found anything.
Why not?
Well, as we've been traveling through this world, it hadn't seemed like there was anything to find. Let's put it at that.
Oh, you're only here for the...
Here for what?
The killing stuff.
No, we're...
More like the saving stuff.
Yeah.
Well, yes,
As I told you, we're trying to save the world.
We're saving things despite killing things now, isn't it?
No, it's a dog tooth.
No, it's it's necessary when things are trying to kill you that you at least defend yourself.
You have your motivations, we have ours. All I'm saying is that I'm sure that if you spend a little while, we can do it as we move on.
Yeah.
You do talk a lot.
Yeah, and you don't too much.
Well, I would like to use my word wisely.
Well, good for you then.
How many have you killed with your weapon?
To quote your tall half-orc friend, it's good to have a weapon. It's good to have a weapon to be able to protect yourself.
I don't sound anything like that.
We sound more Dutch.
Thank you.
The Liga van Licht. I just Googled it. Liga van Licht.
Sorry,
Liga van de Lichten.
Liga van Licht.
Liga van Licht.
See, I told you League of Light. I heard that.
The League of Light ends.
So,
Liga van Licht.
Morgs and Gimbal, was that
Gimplak?
Gimbal? Well, I'm Dominic, this is Kevin, and
Hello.
pleased to meet your acquaintance. Should we maybe have a conversation somewhere else other than...
How long have you been here?
Or not,
Minutes,
you
same
know.
as you.
No, like, been around this area.
Not too long. Came across a battlefield, saw the banners, voted, loot.
Are we the first ones you met? Here. Not in general.
Well,
Wise words.
Thank you.
yes, we have not come across any other
I met my mom and my dad.
people in the battlefield. No.
Well,
I think we should clear out of here, and I think so should you. Come with us to the Summer Palace and we will help your friend.
Go
How?
for the shiny things.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I, when? How long time have we been walking? This is to the DM.
Oh!
Yes. Hello,
I think I'm
DM.
here now.
It was Gimplak.
You've slowly started
Glenn.
making progress as you ever since you agreed on helping out one another.
Oh no,
You
that,
have,
my question is, how long have we walked since our last long rest? Would it be approximately now to have another long rest?
No.
No.
This you would have long rested it about a half day ago.
Okay, so we could spend some hours here, searching the place, walk out of this area and find somewhere near here
Could do that.
to see if there's anything that we can,
But why would we want to stop here?
Just to see if there's any
anything in.
useful things on these bodies that we could
Around the,
use. Maybe some potions, maybe something.
That's a good idea.
Well, I guess, alright.
And apparently
I think we need to be careful about it. I don't trust this place.
Oh, we'll keep a lookout.
This wasn't the place with the dragon, right?
Oh, that was
That's
apparently
the
another-
forest beyond.
All right,
That's why we hid it.
I will keep watch while you search the place.
Alright.
And so will I.
Let's use a couple of hours here and then walk
I
further
don't
into.
know about you, but we like to be on the move. Setting up camp in the middle of a battlefield seems like a pretty bad idea.
We're not setting up camp. We're staying a couple of hours here to search and then walking away.
Oh,
away
might
from this
find
Oh,
something
towards
to
the
aid
Summer
us.
Palace.
At the Summer Palace.
We already searched quite a bit of this place, and depending on what you're on the lookout for, I suppose.
Have you found any bottles with?
Liquids.
I think that's the DM's way of saying we should move on.
What's a DM?
No, I mean, we can.
Or you know, the greater spirit.
I have an idea.
Oh, the moon!
Yes.
As we make our
The
way.
Dali moon.
What
Seek
direction
to the moon.
Are we going again?
That one. I point.
That way.
As we
in
make our way
another
that
direction
way.
than Gallion and
Yes.
change it.
As we make
Actually,
our way
I
that
point
way.
in the right direction.
I mean, there's going to be corpses enough anyway, so we'll see what we find on the way.
Perfect.
Alright, let's...
But
let's
is
do
this
that.
what you do for a living? Search dead people.
The same if you what you do for a living.
Yes.
Well, my family is a carpenter's family, but right now we're Saving the Feywild, yeah.
Pretty interesting change of work then, I suppose.
Well, someone has to do it.
I suppose so. And luckily for the entire world, it's you.
I can tell you that it is the most noble thing, the most noble profession you could ever think of.
Well, we just take what nobody wants anymore anyway. Ain't nothing unnoble about that.
What if someone
What's
is
so
missing
scary
the people
about
that
that?
you're looting from?
Then they're probably missing the people and not the things they had on them.
What if you find heirlooms and things?
Oh, you already did that in the sewer, do you remember?
I did?
Apparently you already did that in the sewers, so what is it to you?
Oh, sorry. Esse sewer.
As you make your way
Flip
forward,
flayed.
you look through the corpses that are kind of on your way without spreading out too far in this massive battlefield. You quickly realize that a lot of things that could and probably would have been on their possession as they fell is gone. Meaning that these two are probably, or maybe not the first ones, to see a big battlefield and think, oh, there's probably something we could use around here. You do manage to find one greater healing potion that whoever picks it up.
Let's do rollies.
Or you can just give it to whoever you feel like should have it.
Rollies.
Oh, let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, let's roll.
19.
15.
18.
11. I can get it.
I think I found something here.
Yeah, you keep it.
I'm just gonna
Down
taste
a
it.
lot.
No, don't.
There's no tasting potions, there's drinking them or not drinking them.
No. But
We
maybe
did take quite a fall earlier, so.
no, that was alright.
Oh, you're fine. Okay.
Yeah, that was fine. But
Let's see
maybe
anything.
one of the big guys need this.
I can keep it safe.
You seem pretty sturdy in the last fight, though.
You mean the one where you hidden up on the top of a tree, not hitting anyone?
Well, they were too far away and you were too efficient.
The one where I gave you that magical armor and you didn't use it for anything?
Remind me that
That's
we need to
true.
talk about that guy.
And you say I talk a lot.
I'll take the potion.
While searching the things, can I find a short bow and a quiver of arrows?
You can, yeah, I suppose so.
Okay.
Nothing magical.
No.
Fancy.
Just a.
Quiver.
Yeah.
You have now a short bow with 15 arrows. Would make them certain quiver.
And I hand them to Kevin.
Here.
Just in case you want to get some distance.
No, I'm perfectly fine with all of you.
Oh, but I
He throws it in a pile of arrows.
That's a good point.
Thanks.
Zeke.
I'll take it.
I would like
I've never
to.
really shot a bow
Oh,
before.
you're quite.
Are you even proficient in? I don't
Bad
think
length
so.
short sword, simple weapons, I think it is.
Is it not a martial weapon? Short bow?
No, that's a simple weapons. I don't use those.
I would try to look for maybe just see if I can find a spear or a javelin or something in that line.
I'm not proficient.
Those are two very different things in D&D, so which of the two are you looking for? There would probably be spears here, you wouldn't find javelins.
Okay, then I will look for spears.
Yeah, but spears, just so you know, are strength-based weapon and not throwing weapons.
Says so when you look them up, they can be thrown.
You then throw them with...
Problem with strength.
No, that wouldn't make sense.
Dex.
Thrown? No, you're not wrong.
Hey.
You know,
But you can't throw them very far. Okay, yeah, so you get a spear.
Thank you.
Let's just see if I'm proficient with this. I am. Great.
You would come across some of these chains as well that you've, seen twice now in action.
Oh.
The Shadowkai chain.
The shadow.
Yes.
I'm not touching that.
But just letting you know.
Doc, are you what you call a magic tinkerer? Can you mend stuff? I've heard of great gnomes that have the ability to do these things.
I can fix things.
Would you?
For shiny things.
For shiny things? Sure. I don't know how much shiny things I have, but as one ally to another, could I maybe ask you to look at this wand and see if it's capable of being mended?
I could take a look at it.
I trust you.
Invisibility!
You should go!
And it's gone!
And it's gone.
Yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah, this was a Stradivarius.
You continue, and within a little hour's worth of corpse crawling, you make your way to the edge of the Neverending Glades. Galleon, you look back in just kind of as a last, can it really be true kind of way of seeing this place that was one kind of the devotion to joy and good times now being a slaughterhouse, essentially, or the aftermath.
I touch my amulet with the moon symbol on it. And just breathe. Seek a bit of that connection. Just for a second or two.
Can I walk up next to you and we will make this right. Let's make this glaive bloom again.
We will. We have no other choice.
I'm
glad you're still fighting with us.
Yes. Learning every day.
That's good. Good soldier.
That's a good boy. Good boy.
You move out of the glade. Wow. You move out of the glade, and within a couple of hours, you notice how the trees start. I mean, one thing is that they're already burnt and ashen, but in a few areas that the trees are still, have not been scorched. There would have been some darkish brown colors left of what once was probably the original color of said tree. Now it's as if either everything has been just completely flamed through or scorched and there's not a single colorful piece left in this area. All the area that we've now entered seems to have trees that even in its original form would have been much darker. And that is the dark forest that you know of.
They would have been. The trees would have been darker than they are now.
No, I mean the trees, even in its original form, would have been much darker than the
normal
ones
trees.
that you've gone past.
Okay,
But now they're darker than the dark trees that they used to be. So now it's the darker forest.
In any case, it was a forest that was already dark.
To me, like right now.
It was a forest that was already dark.
Yeah.
And then it's been scorched
and stuff.
And then it's all still dark.
Great.
I'm a great DM. You make your way on through.
Yeah.
And you, I suppose Galleon, since you're the one who's walked this trail before, Galleon, you notice how there are areas where, it's pretty clear to see when a meteor or something of the sort has kind of just brawled through a bunch of trees and kind of made a pretty clear-cut line through the tree line where it has then impacted the ground. It seems as if where you're walking now, some of the trees have, like where before it would be mainly from the top down being damaged, it seems like some of them have been pulled and kind of torn by hand.
By hand?
Or well, by
A claw?
By force rather than something coming from above.
Galleon, you said a dragon lived here.
Yes, Razoreth.
Razoreth. It sounds a lot like Mazareth.
I might be pronouncing it wrong, but it's not Maseroth.
No.
He's not a dragon.
No. But it just struck me that it sounds like
Could also be Raxoreth.
Raxoreth. What? I've never.
His name is Raskoreth.
Raskoreth.
Ah.
Correct.
That's correction.
Correct.
accents.
I don't know much about dragons. What I believe I've heard is there's different colors. Is that correct?
There might be.
You would know.
There are.
You're sending me very mixed signals at the moment.
As I told you once, I'm more wise than I am intelligent.
Okay.
Yes, it did have a color.
Trust you, Galleon.
With my wife.
Seek to the moon.
Okay.
Sometimes.
That's like the go-to.
Seek to the moon.
You know this.
If ever you're in doubt
colors,
of your
yes.
spirit and your heart, just trust in your will to live.
You are walking.
You're like a walking quote. Like an inspirational quote.
And I put my gold packet back in my pocket.
One of those black things you keep eating. Granny.
What?
Sharing is caring.
You know that Raskoreth is a green dragon.
So what color is the dragon?
It might be colored.
Blue.
Might be green.
I like it.
I think it's green. It is green.
Okay, so it's a nature dragon. That's it. That sounds friendly.
And this forest, has it always been this dark?
It has been not as dark as it is right now. So maybe it is the darkest forest.
Do you think that the Shadakai won or lost that fight back there?
Aiming of the numbers, it looked like
Defeat for us.
yes.
I'm afraid so.
Theraga, make a nature check.
Make a deception check.
Deception check.
I would love
That
to play
is-
a character that lies every time they have a chance to
Okay, yes.
everything.
So
Did you have a
that
good night's
is 21.
Hmm?
21.
Okie dokie. You as you kind of make your way on forward, and Galleon informs the group that
Yes, I'm a tour guide.
yes,
Follow the
informs
flag.
the group that these
Follow the
trees
moon.
seem to have been, hurt in other way than the burning that you've seen trees be kind of taken down with now. You don't necessarily stop, but keeping that information in mind, you start looking more actively towards the trees around you, and you see that in some areas the trees, or where there's like big bundles of like the spacing in between the trees seems to be pretty much the same around the majority of the forest, but there are some areas where there are bigger clearings, as if a tree, and then when you look into that area, it looks as if a tree might, with root and all, have been removed from those areas.
All right. We should look around. Could be that these clearings that we see between the trees might be indication of something being there and taking the trees away. So
It pretty much looked like someone has done this.
it could be
pulled
very
out.
very big creatures here.
Could be signs of the dragon.
Could be the dragon.
The trees that we climbed over were very.
They were massive.
And these are not the same.
not.
Okay,
They are
so
regular like oak tree size.
Okay.
Still pretty big trees.
Yeah, yeah.
For Danish nature, but yeah.
I think the dragon picked them up.
It wouldn't. The dragon is watching over these woods.
Huh.
If anyone hurt these woods, it would come in bad standing with the dragon. And you wouldn't want that.
Definitely not.
I'm thinking maybe something might have happened to the dragon as well.
Oh, I hope not.
Have weakened it.
Should we follow in the direction of the trees that are...
I think we should head towards our goal.
Yes.
The Lake of Dreams.
Would it be able to help us in this fight as an ally?
There's no telling. Maybe. Maybe it has a will of its own.
You continue moving forward and come across more of these areas where it's pretty clear that somebody has... You can't make out whether it's before or after the scorching of the area, but somebody has definitely, I mean, I should say, played around with the nature in the sense that like some trees are not broken and snapped the way that you've seen them be in the past. They're pretty much just bent, as if something very big has just shoved it aside.
I sure hope that the dragon hasn't been attacked by the Shadowkai.
And Theragar, you
Or worse.
notice footsteps. You didn't see them initially because they looked like just big puddles of, I mean, pretty damn big puddles.
Big footsteps.
But now that they come time and time again, you do like a...
Are they?
And you can see that there are some, what appears to be pretty big footsteps.
Humanoid footsteps.
Let me listen.
As
you listen to the footsteps, no, they don't seem humanoid. They seem much bigger than what humanoids can be.
But is it in the shape of a human foot?
It looks, I mean, it does have a heel and toes. So yes, in that sense, yes, but to like a size increase that doesn't add up to it being any race that you've come across.
Are there giants in the Fey realm?
Not that I've heard of.
You know there to be, I mean, at some point on your journey, you're gonna come across villages.
Of giants?
You used to come past villages. Obviously, you don't know what's left of them at this point. And within this area, there should be nothing massive. You know that in the mountains to the far to the east, there are trolls, but none that have ever been in these these parts of the forests.
All right.
Sure.
Mosh. What's the name of the...
Mox.
Mox.
Yeah.
While we're walking, can you tell me a bit about where you're from and what happened since you lost your abilities?
Well, I'm from the forest.
This forest.
No, not this one. Further away. And I was sleeping. And when I woke up, I couldn't do the things I could do before.
What day was this?
Saturday?
So it's just happened now.
Oh, it's been a while.
But was it before or after the attack on the Fey realm?
Do you remember the attack?
I think
Were you part of the attack?
after. Everything is a little broken.
What I remember from being with the druids, where did they take their power from? They took it from nature. Just nature. There's no...
No, it's just,
Yeah.
especially in the Feywild,
Yeah.
everything
Is
is
nature.
the magic that you're using essentially.
So it's not like anyone cursed you, did something bad to you. It's
I
more
hope not.
you just woke up one day. Was it when the Fey realm was attacked? And did you feel some sort of sever? Because my druid tribe at home felt the same feeling of their connection being lost to the magic.
No, I think it was just after all of it happened.
After.
We might have a common goal.
Yes. To bring back the nature, to heal the fairyland.
The woodlands.
I miss the forest, being green and lush.
Not so green right now.
What do you have in your bag?
We should move on.
Unless if you're actively telling me that you stop moving, I'm just taking for granted that you continue moving forward. You,
I have to pee.
You follow along these footsteps, which are coincidentally somewhat. I mean, maybe you're weaving a bit off the trail that you're on, but for the most part, they're heading in the same general direction as you. And as you make your way over yet another of these pretty barren hills, you see up ahead of you, a couple of kilometers away, what appears to be the remains of an old village. You would know the village, not necessarily by name, unless if that's very important to you, but know it as a village that you would have come through, just more of a, maybe the size of Little, essentially, in terms of there being a couple of houses, a little market, and whatnot that you can do your daily businesses in. But nothing special about them. Just, I mean, you know there to be scattered villages around in the Feywild like this one.
But it looked broken.
It's pretty much a ruin that you can see from here, yes.
Grimlock, did you come this way? Why did you?
No, we didn't come this way. Maybe that's why we didn't see the lake, and the dragons, and the castle, and the mighty wizards.
That makes sense.
So I take it you don't believe anything that we say to you?
Would you?
Yes.
Well, you've spoken to us in 2 different languages, and we've said the same thing.
I don't get what you're trying to say.
Well, we couldn't possibly know what you've been talking about, but apparently we've said the same thing.
So a group that walks around together couldn't have come up with the same story all along.
Then why would
I'm
we do
saying
that?
that you're lying. I'm just saying that it's not exactly out of the question that regardless of the language you're talking, you would have all come up with the same idea.
But what are you doing here, other than just ripping off old corpses?
I've told you my purposes.
What if we didn't believe you?
What if you didn't?
We'll take our chances. You're quite the suspicious type, aren't you?
Aren't you?
Not
Looking
really.
for castles and lakes and areas where there are none. Looking for dragons when there's none to see.
I'm not suspicious. I trust you.
Now that's something I can work with.
He does seem quite friendly.
Yeah.
We are quite friendly. Not like your little friend here. But he might come around.
I hope you
So
will
this
too.
village. Sorry.
After you. What?
Well, all right.
That
Thank
was
you
a-
very much.
Yes, that's the village. Tell me what about it. Ooh, it might have something interesting.
Let's go there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walk to the
Let's
village.
go look. I know this village.
You passed it before. Do
Yes,
we
I have.
see if it's like, is it in, from where we are?
You're a bit up a hill. What you
Yeah.
see is
What you get?
a small, I mean, again, pretty damn small city or village, a hamlet, so to speak. And you see a single trail of smoke coming up in the air, dark smoke. It's all pretty smoky around where you're walking, but as you make your way closer, maybe 1 kilometer away or something, you can see what appears to be a pretty clear, source of fire, or something that makes a continuous set of smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the village?
Yes.
We should be careful.
Shit.
Do we
Can you fight? If it should be necessary.
We can defend ourselves.
That's good.
Do we
That's
need
I would advise you to stay ready.
Be necessary.
I can
Your what penis?
scout up ahead.
Sorry, Sylvan.
My penis.
But be careful.
It's the
Do you
accent.
want me to make you a bit more hard to see?
Might be
I
necessary.
don't,
I heard it.
I don't need to be invisible, I think, but
Okay. Well, you have the mask on.
necessary.
You are quite small.
I am quite small.
Hmm.
And with this one, no one can see me.
Oh,
And I put
Where
on
are
this,
you?
I put on this lovely face mask of, well, my
Face mask.
my face mask, my
It's
face mask of the sky self. Yeah. And I let it sit for 15 minutes, and I'm unrecognizable.
You look 10 years younger.
Does have very nice skin for a dwarf.
But no beard, that's weird, right?
Especially
No,
on his hands.
I do have a beard.
Especially on his
I'm just
hands.
bald.
It's like he doesn't use his hands as weapons.
Yeah, my hands are all right.
Moisturized.
No, but I start up ahead. Try to be as sneaky as possible.
You see this abandoned village, and again you recognize the smoke from what appears to be pretty much the center of what maybe once was a town square. At least a clearing of buildings.
Yeah.
Whether there might have been a building there at some point, you don't know, but a clearing there with what appears to be a big bonfire in the middle.
And do I see any people?
You don't see
How
anyone.
how far am I from buildings or?
You're a couple of 100 meters away from.
And how far
places.
am I from them?
Right now, I assume if not walking together, then maybe you're 10-15 meters ahead.
Let's keep walking, and when we get closer, you can take it over.
The place seems to be pretty deserted. I mean, there is a
This doesn't
fire
make
in the
sense.
middle,
Yeah.
but you don't hear or see anything other than a couple of like rubble ruins stood behind.
So, Gimblog, should we search this place? Or what's your professional opinion on the matter?
It doesn't look like much.
Somebody has been
Close.
here just recently.
There might be shiny stuff and there's a fire in the middle of it.
Might be a trap.
Could be something interesting.
Might be a trap. I think we should.
Fire is
I think we should be careful, but head towards the fire
Let's do it.
slowly and steady.
Take off my face mask.
You
Or you put them in your hair, like.
Well, it's just up here, yeah.
you
And you take out your moisturizer.
slowly start making your way further
It's my
forward,
tooth.
and within when you make probably 100-150 meters away from the fireplace or bonfire, a stench of this time not just meat and decay, but burnt meat
Decaying.
fills your lungs, as in freshly burned meat.
A barbecue.
And if you're walking the furthest forward, make a perception check.
That's a nat 20, so that's
Oh.
24.
You
Nice.
initially
See everything.
couldn't really make it out when you made your way down there, as it might just have been, kind of sounds of the wind and whatnot that had different frequencies for you to try and decipher. But now that you've made your way down, while you can't see anything, you start hearing like low volume sounds.
I wait for the others. Okay. There are definitely people down there.
People.
Well, no, it's... Listen.
Be
You hear
quiet.
that growl, like...
We continue to
We hear it well.
So, this
Is it anything we recognize?
Smells like steak.
Dragon sounds?
Troll sounds.
dragons you have only ever encountered speak to you in Sylvan. And this is definitely not Sylvan.
Ah. Shalakai?
Is it orcish?
Also not the sound of Shalakai.
Is it
Does the tracks that we saw in the forest lead the same way?
I mean, at this point, you reached a point, maybe a couple 100 meters back, where the tracks became many more. And thus now it's just a muddy, scorched landscape you're walking in. Whereas before, maybe there's been a single or two of these beings making their way to and from or in and around the village. Now here, clearly there's been more traffic. So it's hard to make out whether there's 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 or 15 or whatever this may be.
Okay.
Does it remind me of Orcish in any way?
No, there might have been some like sounds, not words or dialectal things, but might have been in your language. You know, it's the.
All right.
There are definitely sounds of the language that could be similar, but it has nothing to do with any Orcish that you know.
All right.
Smells like steak.
I know we have to be quiet now, but
Yes.
why? Yes. Do you guys understand what's being said?
Do you?
Yes.
They seem to be complaining about the taste.
Do you know who these beings might be? What they might be?
What language they speak?
The tongue of the big folk.
So
Of the what?
The big folk.
Of the big folk. Are you part of the big folk? You are quite...
I'm not that big. These guys are very big.
But you're a distant cousin.
Oh, their dialect seems to be a little weird.
So giants might be.
Probably. How did they end up here?
Maybe more creatures has passed into the Fey realm than these
And there's
three.
you.
If we sneak up on them, we might be able to ambush them.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. Giants, are they?
Do they speak?
Do you want to sneak ahead, Wolf?
Yeah, well, I can't do it alone.
Maybe stick
You
together.
still don't get too close. Come back. Tell us what you see.
I can try.
Either that or we move together.
I can also turn myself into a bird and fly over there. Just to
It's not a
it'll
bad
take a lot
bird.
of my power, but I could.
But
A small bird.
Would-
Small power.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Falcon, a raven.
would
about
you be able to
invisibility.
assist us in the fight afterwards?
No, I won't be able to.
You won't?
What about invisibility?
I can do that for sure,
Then
but I can only do one of the two.
what if me and another person who's
You hear
invisible
the
comes down?
sounds of these grow somewhat louder and start doing
Alright, they might be coming this way.
not necessarily increasing in volume, but just as if there's clearly movement in the city. And
Let's sneak up.
you see out as you kind of sit and look up towards the town square in the middle, what appears to be a door, like a wooden door, just coming flying through the air, land in the fireplace.
Oh,
I needed more fire for the food.
Okay.
that's
How
If
many
we
does
go-
it
if
sound
we
like
go-
this?
That explains the trees.
if we go right, then the rest of you can go left.
Alright.
That way we can
Around the
attack
fire.
from 2 angles.
Does that sound
Around the village.
good, Galleon?
Let's move a bit further up.
I think that's a good
and
idea.
then-
You see that, I mean, again, you're in an area where one thing is that the trees are burned down, so there's limited with cover already, but also, as you saw earlier, quite a few of the areas around this village, a lot of the trees have literally been jacked up from the ground, so that's even less cover. So you wouldn't be able to hide your way into or past, like around the city, as you would have in a normal forest. There would be a bigger chance of whatever this may be potentially seeing you. You see that around the left side of the village is like a hill that leads down, and around the right side it seems, again, I mean, with foresty, or what used to be foresty areas, with chunks in between, or stumps of trees in between, but more open as well.
Morgs, when you've encountered big folk before, have they ever been, conversationalists? Like, did you?
Some more than others.
Uh-huh.
Big
But in-
trees like to talk, not too fast.
All right.
Big stones, not so much talk. but very smart. Big clouds. You don't talk at all. Only in your head.
Oh, different type of big folk.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
These don't sound like any of them.
Oh. So you wouldn't be sure if we would be able to converse with them?
Maybe
I
it's
can
more like
understand them.
And you can speak to them as well.
Technically.
I just was wondering if they were usually very aggressive or very...
If I can't do anything, I don't feel like being in front of them.
No problem, I understand that.
I think we need to get a better look of
yes.
what we are
Let's get closer
looking
to
at
it.
Let's see how many days.
I can go there.
and what they
alone,
are.
But if anyone want to assist me, that's fine as well.
Okay.
But
I can...
if you think that your powers are more efficient if we need to fight them, then I can go alone.
I can come with you.
Yes.
With all due respect, you need some assistance if you want to hide with me.
Whatever you want to do, I don't think here's the time or the place to start
Well, I
talking
mean,
about it.
you could turn me invisible.
And I will come with you.
Don't you have the mask still?
Oh, I do.
Then you should be as sneaky as he is.
Technically.
And you go. Please be safe.
Let's try.
Okay, I follow, I go with...
Do it nicely.
Yes, yes. Good. Nicely.
Does these masks have any stats?
Ah, thank you.
Yes, they do.
I believe in you.
They have one charge each, and if you haven't used the charge after a long rest, you get advantage and stuff.
So now you're gonna use the charge, or just not? Okay.
I'm just gonna put it on,
Well, okay.
so I have advantage.
On
Me
stealth.
3.
You start sneaking your way forward, and I would like for both of you to make a stealth check.
Can I decide before or after? Or do I?
You have it for 1 minute.
What did you roll?
have it
1
for
and
one.
4, so that's 10.
19.
You both start sneaking your way forward, and it's as if even with even more so now, even though Dominic has been given one of these headbands, you still don't exactly have the most fond memories of Dom trying to be sneaky. So as you kind of make your way forward, you treat like just do this, and in your focus on Dominic rather than you actually trying to be sneaky yourself, you can't make your way up completely soundless. Again, you're walking in broken leaves and branches, and try and sneaky snake your way forward. So Dominic, you do a great job because you're being told what to do, but Kevin, not so much. And what you hear is these. And you won't hear what Mox is saying to them.
They're talking about fresh meat nearby.
I think we just need to stay here. You're doing a great job.
Let's move
Again,
forward.
you don't hear, unless if you react
Let's
to.
move forward.
But they're smelling something.
I
Smelling
suppose.
I think we would start if we hear.
Yeah, so we need to be ready.
We stop and hide behind a tree or something? Or
Yeah.
If there is a tree.
Can we see anything from where we are?
That's hideable.
You are now around. Maybe. Actually, you know what?
Get that map up!
If we start moving,
Map.
we might alert them. It's better just to be ready, be nearby.
Yes.
A little fighter have fuck.
We try to hide behind something, maybe?
Boom, boom.
Ah, daggers.
You are coming in from down here. Give me a moment. Yes, there somehow. Yeah. And across the street, down behind this tree, you see.
We don't see any
big boys.
You see up ahead of you shadows around here of something that is
big
in here and is pretty large.
If we sneak up to the ruin, it might be tougher for them to get us. I don't know how big they are. Okay, what do you think we should just stop here?
I don't want to think you're the sneaky one usually.
Okay.
What do you think?
We still need a vision of what we're fighting.
I'll follow you.
What the rest of you see is that behind this building, you guys have no clue this is taking place.
Nice.
Behind this building, what appears to be a very, very big being kind of comes, like kind of Donkey Kong or King Kong-esque, with the hand on the side of the building around, and tries to like sneak its way forward.
It doesn't go so well.
It is not doing so well.
But still, you guys are in the middle of something else. But you see this being kind of come around with what appears to be a pillar in its hand.
Are we within 120 feet of
We
it?
could go either right or left, and I point over there. Can I do that?
That's 35 meters.
We're just still negotiating with each other.
I look to the captain.
Still
We need to go closer.
I still have my rope.
All right, we get closer.
stealthily, or I mean,
I'm actually thinking not as much.
that's
I
up
don't
to
think
you.
there's time for it because
I mean, this is
Someone-
pretty obvious that
Yeah.
something is happening. That is, someone is trying to ambush your friends.
yes,
Good. In that moment, I will cast haste on both of you with a twin spell.
and that is a verbal spell,
Yes.
right? As you do that, you see this orc, or not orc, this
Feel lighter
being,
than ever.
it's not an orc, this being look to you, and I would have all of you to roll initiative.
I rolled really badly.
And I would like you to place the monster on this here square.
How far away are we?
You are 50 feet.
Because then,
No, you wouldn't be.
then would he hear me?
Big.
Being, if we
Yes.
said we were 100 meters away.
No, 100 feet. You asked for 120 feet.
120
right?
feet,
Yes.
and we were
you are around
further away.
150, 80 feet away.
Okay.
So still, if you're going near and blah on two people, they
Okay.
would.
Good.
Also, with what they can do,
That's
they
it.
would notice that too.
Good.
Can we do it as
No.
an intro?
No, but
Oh,
intro to
so we haven't seen this one yet.
We're staying right there.
I like.
There's a good chance you'll be informed that there's something there very soon, but no.
Haste
But I like
does
your ideas,
this.
though. You can do it with it.
You have a +2 to AC.
Wow.
You have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
11.
And you have an action that can be used to take the attack. That's one weapon attack. You just have an extra action every turn. So for one attack,
How many turns does this last?
10 turns. But afterwards you
Unless
have
your
one.
concentration is
That's
broken.
me.
Yes.
Wow, that means I have 20 armor class.
Yes.
Oh,
Det må
Så-
jeg så sige det igen. Jeg kan ikke huske.
You have 2 plus. You have 2 pluses to your AC. So you have 16 AC. You have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Great. Kevin,
And you have one more
11.
attack action.
Galleon, initiative.
Alright.
20.
Theragar, initiative.
15.
Dominic,
15.
shared turn. Seek,
Sorry, 16 because I have +1. 16.
16.
I rolled attack action. Men du vil angribe en gang mere.
Seek.
7.
I'll still be alive.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
It was a good one.
Yes.
Oh, and your speed is doubled.
Yeah.
Woo!
It's fucking. I love that spell.
Yes.
I wish I was there.
You are just further ahead.
Well, yeah, that's true.
You don't need it because you're already there. About to get a door thrown in your face.
Oh,
I have a great opening.
That's what she said.
We discussed it and we found something great to say.
Cool. Gallian, you're up. This
Now-
bee has seen you and is about to stand up, ready to throw this thing it has in hand towards your friends.
And we are
150 feet.
150 feet away. And suddenly my speed is 60, so I move into, that's 90 feet away.
I would say.
150 minus 60.
Oh, that's
Nine.
nice. Yes.
90 feet.
You move.
And here. Would I just move closer? I might.
Tell me.
I could also. Nah, fuck it. I cast Moonbeam.
On top of that thing. Yes.
So now this creature is standing in a 40-foot high cylinder moonlight beam.
Okay. And by the way, I realized that when we do sphere spells and I suppose cylinder spells too, we've been doing them wrong. Because we do like counting squares, but it's technically a circle. So it should be the square without the corner pieces included.
Okay.
Because grids like squares and circles, it's stupid that they come up with
Why don't
that.
we have circular
So it's only
Yeah, we
one
should do circular grids.
Hex grids.
No, it's 40. How wide is it
5 feet.
in diameter?
So that's just like
So no, because if it touches it 2. So if you're technically using the beam on this, it would touch these 4 squares.
oh, I can do that. So okay, cool.
Was it 5 feet in diameter?
Radius.
And radius, yeah. So it works like that. So
10
it's
feet
4 by 4.
diameter.
It's 4 by 4.
5 foot radius.
Not
Yeah.
2 by
So
2.
it's 4
Oh,
by 4.
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
4 by 4.
Yeah.
Or 2 by 2. Thank you.
2 by 2. Yeah.
2 by 2 and
I was thinking it
And so it is engulfed in ghostly flames
In Gulf,
and must make a Constitution saving throw.
This should be fun.
And you have another action.
And I do have one more action.
I don't think you can.
That is so.
You cannot do spells though.
No.
No, but I
But
could.
you can move.
I could dash. For example.
Yeah. You're like a rogue now.
But first,
Dash.
one thing at a time.
Yes, one thing at a time. Thank you so much for saying that. I will make a Constitution saving throw. Of what? It
He's
clears
like a rogue with a moonbeam.
Of what?
It clears it.
What it was?
13.
17.
All right, but still it's half damage.
Yes.
And the half damage, I rolled 11.
11 damage. Of
No, I rolled 11, so half of that.
Oh, so fine.
And yes, that is radiant damage.
Okie dokie.
And then because I have one.
Beam comes down over it.
Yes.
And as you guys both hear being thrown and a ball of light come down, you look to your left and see this big monster essentially standing with a pillar like this, ready to throw it in your face. Which I didn't notice before because you were too busy discussing things.
Yes. That was our opening.
Can we have an opening?
It's
as
not
well?
your turn yet.
No, but it's gonna be a thing.
It's still my turn.
Gonna be.
And then I use a bonus action
Yes.
to brand my scimitar with branding smite.
Is that a spell or cantrip?
Oh, I won't do that because then it won't go away. I just dash.
You dash.
So now I'm.
With your steed.
Extra 60.
I don't have my steed.
Oh.
30 feet.
30 feet out of it.
30 feet out of the map. I was thought right.
You should be bringing in battle match before.
It's okay.
That's 90 feet. You ran into it.
You ran
120.
120 feet because now his speed is 60.
Yes.
Damn.
This is the best spell
I ran like entirely.
So
of
do
this
you get
map
to the map or not?
6 seconds.
No,
Not
he's
yet.
30 feet out.
30 feet.
The joy and the danger of having people sneaky snake their way in front is that sometimes this happens.
Every time this happens.
What you hear from Morgs is trolls! They're trolls! And he just grabs his stick like this and just stands there.
In the dungeon!
Then it's nothing.
But you should know.
Okay, so like just as the moonbeam hits and
Oh fuck! I didn't roll initiative for them.
oh maybe
Them, they've lost.
They don't need that.
That's one.
Stand still.
it's not Dominic yet.
It's not Dominic yet.
We don't get to say the nice line.
As this pillar is being thrown towards you.
Okay, great.
That's actually good. Oh, and
That's-
I'm
Yeah, can I say you want
say it. Okay, yeah,
say
no,
it.
I say it. Okay,
Did he
because
say
I
fail
can
the saving
deflect missile on.
Yeah, that's good.
But still
Okay,
half damage.
so what I say is,
Is it
okay,
start of turn or end of turn?
so we can
Start of
either-
its turn.
So you do damage again?
Oh!
we can
And it has
either-
to succeed on saving throw again.
Fails.
Great!
Damage!
Wait.
That,
Wait.
that is 15 damage.
What you see, since
Is what you get.
as the first beam came through and you damaged it, you see like how
Ghostly
instantly it
flames.
gets like scorched by these radiant flames. And you see how, coincidentally, right as it becomes its turn, it does like or more like, and a lot of the, not all, but a lot of the scorched skin regenerates.
Fucking hell.
Oh no!
But still takes an additional, now what are you saying, damage?
That was 15.
15 damage. So then it starts getting scorched. And you.
Can I say the nice?
Yeah.
No. Okay, cool. So we look at each other and we say, okay, we can either go right and try to get up to the next tree, or go left and then I point to a pillar getting flung towards us.
And it hits a, wait, where, how are you standing?
I'm the first one.
So that would be towards you.
Yes.
Actually, you know what, both of you make a dexterity saving
Yeah,
throw,
because it's a
pillar. That
But
makes more
I don't
sense.
think you. I'm not sure if that.
It's not a ranged attack.
Oh, cock.
It is.
It is. So
How
what?
does it work again?
If
The DM is annoyed. How does it work again?
No, I would just be.
That would be so cool. Stop.
so
But is
I,
it, since it's not an.
I can use my reaction to deflect or catch the missile when I'm hit by a ranged weapon attack. When I do so, the damage I take
But
from
that's
the
the
attack
thing.
is reduced from 1d10 plus 11.
But that's the thing when it's.
It is a pillar.
And that's the thing, because it's not I throw something at you, it's there's something massive falling on top of both of you. Could you deflect missile a rock coming down from a hill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can come to an agreement like
And
if he rolls.
you
But it's
deflect.
fair.
I'm just trying to figure it out.
Maybe
Pillars
an
being
athletics check.
thrown at you.
Athletics check?
Attack. If it's throwing to hit, I would call it a ranged attack.
What is the maximum size of objects monks can deflect?
Nothing.
Thank you, Reddit.
And that's the thing. Great. So it doesn't really matter because it's got to do with the amount of damage that you
Yeah.
Yes.
deny in order to be deflected. That makes sense for the rule then. Great. So you guys
Dex.
rolled your dex saves.
We do now.
I did.
You did. What did you roll?
I 8.
15.
Okay. So
And then I find 1d10.
De Liga van Licht.
De Liga van de Licht! De Liga van de Licht!
Liga van de Licht.
De Liga van de Licht!
and we roll.
Oh, no, just Liga van Licht.
Liga van Licht.
Liga
You
van
both
Licht.
Liga van Licht!
Van Licht.
tell me again how it works. It's after I tell you the damage, right?
1d10 plus 1d10 plus 11.
Liga
I
van
can
Licht.
deflect.
You both take. You said 15, right?
Yes. And that's if it fails. If I fail, I take half damage. If I succeed, I don't take damage.
You both take 28 bludgeoning damage.
Ah, de gaan we vol de gaan. Au!
Ouch.
It's a pillar.
Ja. You said 28.
28 bludgeoning
And
damage.
that's half damage.
No, that's full damage.
I
But
take
he
half
failed,
damage.
Then you
Did
take
Liga?
14 damage.
No. What was the DC?
The DC was 15.
Okay, then I don't take damage at all. Then I just clear
That's
it.
because of evasion
Yeah.
and dex saves for monks.
That's
I
true.
evade.
Oh, yeah, so you manage to like whoop, step aside and this pillar just is being thrown.
So what did you say?
So it's like this. So we can go right and see if there are more of these things, or we can go duck down.
And you essentially get a pillar in the face. And this thing now starts moving.
And we get
heads up.
What? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 moves there.
Ouch.
And you know what? I'm gonna roll an initiative again. This is annoying. Okay, Token makes mistakes, therefore he makes mistakes. That's the turn. Then it's Thunder.
That fucking hurt, man! And I run up to the street with my sword in front of Kevin. And I stand like 10 feet away from it because I have a very large reach. So
That's a neat
I'm
little
like on the side of the road, and I immediately try to attack what I see in front of me.
It looks like this.
Okay, that's disgusting. And I am very angry and I just slash towards it.
Dancing through hello.
You slash towards it.
Hello,
Go ahead and do your slashing thing. That's 22. You hit.
So, for this normal.
How large?
It's a valley troll.
So it's a large monster.
That's fun.
As I attack it, I use trip attack.
Yeah. And what do I do against that?
You have to roll a DC 16 strength saving throw.
Is it?
I figured. But I still do the damage. Okay, so that's 11. That is 17 slashing damage.
Yeah.
And I immediately attack it again. 26.
Yeah.
And I try to use trip attack again.
Feels it.
Nice. That's 5, 8. That's Jesus, 14 damage.
Don't spend it all on one.
Yeah.
No.
14 damage. Yeah.
So I attack it twice and then
Microphone falls off.
You can't be seen by the camera when you stand up and...
Also, either
you have to be seated while you're playing this campaign.
Like stood in the way of it.
Stay seated, Vince, you are playing.
So I would like to.
And in my anger and frustration, I
Sit down again.
knock the thing down.
Yeah.
And
Stab it in the
that
head.
is my turn.
That's your turn. Thorough.
All right, hey, it's me. It's me.
You can open the door a little, by the way. It's getting very
Okay. I
To
open the
take off
door.
all your clothes. Hey!
All right, so
No, because and I said hey.
so I have double the movement. So I would like to move. Start by moving 80 feet closer to the battlefield. So how far am I?
you
away from?
are 70 feet away.
70 feet away. All right.
70.
And you can dash as the extra action to get
I
closer.
can use that. That's true. All right. So
Technically both dash and do something.
yes, I would like to dash
Yeah.
and get close to this creature lying
And
down.
you can just exactly get there, I think. My math is right.
Yeah, fierce plus fierce is 140.
Yes.
Fierce plus fierce.
Fierce
Fierce
plus
plus
fierce.
I
like 140.
816, ikke?
You are
Eller er det 814?
Oh, it's
You are there.
160, sorry.
160.
You are there.
I can't math.
All right, and I would like to attack the beast laying down.
Of course.
And so, since he's laying down, is that
Advantage.
advantage
Are you
or automatic crit?
Nope. Just advantage.
What?
Oh, that's
Say
bad.
nothing.
I will
I'm training myself not
do.
to say anything.
That's gonna
You
be
play it like this and then you do that.
Yes. No, I never done that.
That was a really good
Move away.
Well,
16 to
Your
hit.
character should play it right.
16 to hit. And so that's how do we do it when it's
I feel
Oh, it's just advantage.
Just advantage.
It's just
But
advantage.
it is
Normal
Wednesday.
damage.
It's just
feels
advantage.
sneaky every time.
Okay.
All right. Boom.
He goes bye bye.
You know, you could do this.
That's
It's getting to win.
Now.
that's 16 damage.
16 damage.
Did you just?
Can I, as a bonus action, between my attacks, rage?
Did you? How does the dash work? I don't.
It's just an extra action.
My haste.
Hasted action.
My
You
haste
haven't
gave
used
me
your
an
bonus
extra.
action, so yes, you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, then I would like to rage.
But is rage a bonus action?
Yes.
But do you have 2 bonus actions?
He doesn't use.
I haven't used the bonus
use the
action.
bonus action.
He has
What did
haste.
you dash?
He's hasted.
That was
That was
a
What's
haste
hasted?
action.
You get 2 actions. One you can when a hasted action you can use is dash, blah 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 blah, and 1 attack.
Yes.
And he has his own attack action, which
You are rage.
Which
So-
is 2 attacks.
Hitting him, laying down with his first, I just, and you start feeling the inspiration.
I just look at you with like a blue eye and shit. Hell in your face.
And I attack
Sitting
again.
there.
It's stuck in my eye.
That's that's 15 to hit.
You hit.
And you have. Oh yeah. I didn't see. No. I didn't see he was doing it with advantage. That's all.
That's one. And then
I love you.
and then because I'm raging, I get
great job.
plus
No, she's
2,
just such a great
so
job.
that's 12 points of damage.
12
your
points
next
of
turn, you should
damage.
actually-
This guy is not feeling too well.
All right, and I end my turn.
Yeah. Keep it.
That's me. I run up between these 2 beautiful, very large half-orcs.
Yeah.
And I do like this.
Or smack the butt because it's lying down.
With advantage.
Smack the dog. Smack the dog. Smack the
Now
dog.
you get to maybe do the thing
You are proficient in drums, though.
Yes, indeed. 30-20.
You hit.
Calypso, yeah. It's just a bit of double calypso, yeah.
That's a 1d6 plus 3. That's 7 damage. Then I remember, hey,
Dies.
what?
It dies.
How do you want to do
It
this?
dies. I heard
Slap it to death.
because I heard like hit dice.
Hit dies. It's
What?
7 hit dice damage.
So you smack its butt and it dies.
Karate chop.
And this is with pine cone hand. You see, like I do like this, and there are little pine cones still in the hand.
Oh.
Like, let's move on. And then I jump over it. So that was 5, 10, 15. Oh, is it difficult terrain?
Yeah.
Okay. 5, 15.
By the way, I realized last time that we done something wrong. You cannot move through enemy creatures as difficult terrain. No.
Okay.
You can
But
move
it was
through friendly,
too much
like willing creatures. You can move through as still difficult terrain.
Makes
You cannot-
sense.
The way that you killed the Shadow guy that time, you
yeah.
can't move through the enemy fields.
This is funny.
Excuse me,
Area.
excuse me, excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Yeah.
But it's still there, right?
45.
Yeah, it's a body and it's difficult to range, so yeah.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's,
I end here,
Yeah. Hiya!
and then because I don't know where anyone's coming from,
Yeah.
so I use a key point to prepare a dodge on my bonus action.
Yeah. That is your bonus action. Then
And I pull out my Ortic Tooth.
you pull out your Ortic tooth. Your dog tooth.
Monster Dog Tooth.
What you see Gimplot do is from his back he takes this cylinder-shaped
Cool magic item.
cool magic item
Loot.
and just pulls it out like this.
Bazooka.
Zeke looks at him.
Are there more of them?
Fireball.
And that's.
Yeah, at least. Oh, can I hear him?
When he's yelling.
Okay,
Oh, wait,
cool.
he's pretty far back. He's still here. Oh, wait, he's the only one stood back there now because all of you just sprinted.
I'm
Zeke's
still
there
there.
too. Are there more of them?
At least 2 more.
Okay then.
Yeah.
And that's where ends his turn. He ain't gonna go near them. Then it's Zeke.
No, it's safe.
I'm gonna run 35, I'm gonna run 35 feet. And I would be within
125 feet away. 15 feet away.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing this, not knowing it's dead. I'll probably just try to fire at it, even though it's a disadvantage, right? With a fireball.
You have just seen
And
me
it's
jump
dead.
over it.
And yell.
There are 2 more.
There are 2 more.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Run like the wind.
Yeah, I'll run. So
Right.
70 feet. Thanks.
In total.
Yes.
So that is 50 feet from the battlefield.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's me turn.
That is your turn.
My turn.
And now, because
turn.
we forgot to roll initiatives before, and then when I did, I rolled very high. You see 1 come around this side, and I will just count it out here. So 5, 10, and then it's 20, and then it's 25, and it's there. With a pillar in hand, seeing Kevin initially, then seeing
I
its...
prepare to dodge.
I know. Then seeing its fallen comrade, just go... I just lock this pillar towards you. So, dex save, please.
Deflect.
That is 21.
And then because you take half damage, you take
I
no
don't.
damage. So this pillar lands down like, and you see how
In
the
his-
wall.
in his
you see how
fallen
the
camera.
wall is just like this old. It's a
Can I
real
jump-
wall. It's
can-
more of a fence.
Can I jump on the pillar?
Well, if it's
Run
lying on
across
the
it.
ground,
Oh,
now
that's
then yes. You are stood there. Great. Actually, no, you can't move when it's not your turn. So it does that, and then it runs an additional 5 feet up there. And from down here, I don't have it on the map, but from down here, up the road, from behind trees and whatnot, down there,
Another.
comes 1 more with not a pillar in hand, but a tree, and just swings the tree at you. It would go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And its turn there. And lock a tree. And having just seen you go ninja backflip over that thing, it throws it
mention a
at
backflip,
Dominic
but
instead.
that would
Yeah,
be
baby.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, baby.
Good
This
morning.
is how we plant trees.
Oh,
This is how
I'm
we
bludgeoned in this one.
it's because you can't see because of the pillar in your eye. You never saw it.
Wow. You take a total of
3.
no. But
More?
But
A lot.
but Lord.
28 bludgeoning
That's
damage.
still poor.
And I rolled.
That's a pooha.
Here we go.
I'm like the coyote in the. in the.
Watch out, it's a pillar! But he already threw it! Ah!
At me.
And that is where it ends its turn because I can't move it further, and then it is Galleon.
Right. And I was, I moved 20, so I'm 33,
That was-
30 feet off the map.
And nat 20 twice on their initiative after we had already done this. You're
that's
30
great.
feet off the map.
Great. I would
That is
like to
the same
start
person.
moving
Yes.
my moonbeam, which is still here.
Yes.
To
How far can you move?
Oh, that was
120 feet.
Oh, that's the
Think-
casting range. How far can you move it on a bonus action?
I think
Or
it's
main
still.
action, or what it is.
Up to 60 feet in any direction
Lovely.
from where it is, and I
And
guess
it was on that one.
right here.
That should be.
That's with
So
that's
5,
60.
15, 20, 30, yeah, 35, you have like 45 feet, yeah.
Yeah.
It hits there.
Yeah.
And
Constitution's 13.
fails.
Great.
Yeah.
And I will set it ablaze and give it a 5 damage.
Yeah,
Great success. But I still have more to do,
yeah,
so I will run
yeah.
up to.
Battlefield.
Where am I? I'm here.
Pillar.
I have 60 movement,
Yeah,
and I was 30 feet off, so now 5.
yeah.
Oh, god dang it.
There's a big monster in the way.
Can I come up here?
Yeah, that's what
Right. So 5, 10, 15,
Yeah.
20, 25, 30,
Yeah.
and I haven't dashed yet.
You were 50 feet away,
No, I was 30 feet away.
30 feet away,
And I have-
and double movement. Yeah.
Yeah, so that means I'm
Oh, you still
30
have haste.
Still have haste.
That's nice.
And
That's really nice.
I can prepare actions and stuff, right?
Yes. You already casted a spell though.
Yes.
Well, that's his bonus action.
If you
But
no,
it's
no, that's
still-
my. I used my action to move
Move
my.
the
That's
ball.
an action. Okay. Yeah.
oh, that's a main action for you. Okay.
Oh, but I have one more action, and I would like to, as a cantrip,
It's to attack.
cast Booming Blade on my.
Yeah, you can do that. Cantrips are not spells. For some reason.
True.
But yeah.
And I stand ready with my shield up
Yeah.
and looking at the bitch.
The big guy. Yeah.
Big buddy.
So you don't prepare booming blade, you just cast booming blade.
I cast Booming Blade.
Yes. Then it is Marks.
You got this, guys.
Then it's Dominic.
Oh, I throw up a little bit and and I try to run up. Because I was like hit or
No, it was just between two lines, and I remember you were there.
I guess Marks on his turn would also yell, "They don't like fire."
great. And I move up towards 5, 10, 15, 25, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
And I cast. I use. What the fuck? I use the healing.
You use second wind?
Second wind.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And it was in your turn.
And that's. I guess I kind of stand prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Prepared. And I heal a little bit.
All right.
Nothing.
I would like to move up so I'm in the middle of the two big baddies.
I suppose with dash, that's pretty easy for you to reach. Yeah.
Is it like
One square
yeah.
foot up there. Yeah. So now you're in
Yes.
diagonally. Yeah.
Yes. Then I would like to attack this
Yeah. You go ahead and do that.
baddie. Yeah. All right. I will attack. That is 20 something.
You hit
21.
120 something.
I hit. That's
Yeah.
great. I will attack. And that is 14 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I will attack it again.
Gosh.
That is 22 to hit.
22 to hit. You hit again.
Use this. And that is 11 damage.
11 damage.
Then I will use my haste action to attack it again.
Jesus.
And that is 18 to hit.
You hit again.
It's amazing. What even is that spell?
haste
19 damage.
But you get tired
19
afterwards.
damage. Yeah.
for 1 round?
And
That's tough. What? Anyway.
then I just, as I've really attacked it many times, I just say, get over here, soldier! And that's my turn.
You see Doggo.
Didn't you say you always get back up again?
I run up to this one. I stand right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
And I have advantage?
Yes.
Oh yes.
I do.
Oh, yes.
And I try to stab it first.
Yeah.
My character's gone.
Wow, 1 and 2 on advantage. So that's
I would like for
9.
you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, he's within 10 feet of me, so that he has a.
He has advantage anyway.
That's
It's
not
a-
a fan. It's a +2.
On deck saves, don't you?
It's a
Or is
plus.
it
It's a +2 bonus.
That's wonderful. But I have advantage? Or no?
Not advantage, but
That wasn't me! It was me. I lost it.
It
I have
was
another
you. I
one.
don't know where it is.
Well, that's 25.
Okay. Again, you're attacking and massively missing a person standing inside a moving.
Ah, fuck.
But yeah, nothing happens.
Thank you. I attack again.
Yeah.
Hopefully with better luck.
do better.
I do.
That's good.
It's 25.
You hit.
So that's
damage.
6. Then I use a key point
Yeah.
to do stunning strike.
Yes.
Louise.
So that's a Constitution saving throw 15. And you take
Clears it.
wow, 8 damage.
8 damage.
And I use another key point to do flurry of blows.
8 damage.
Of blows. So I have 2 more. And I've read flurry of blows wrong because I thought I could do one of the 3 actions I can take on a flurry of blows, but it's for each hit on my 2 flurry of blows. I can do either try and make someone fall prone, push them away, or make
But
them
you
not
still
take
use
reaction.
key points on that too, though, right?
No. It's 1 key point, and then I can do it twice. I've read up on it because
I believe it.
yeah,
It's the same thing.
Read all about it.
The same thing is happening.
I think D&D Beyond just died.
Yeah. I tried
Oh,
to
well.
restart my computer, but that's fine.
First one is 17 to hit,
You hit.
and I would like to try and make it fall prone.
Can you do that
Take-
against things that are bigger than you?
I can just make things fall prone. I don't think there's a limit.
Well,
I'm asking you.
there should probably, because I mean, when I use trip attack, I can only use it on small or larger.
I'm not
Small or larger?
Like,
one smaller on.
well, yeah, I can, and medium, of course, but I can't use them on giant.
You know what? I would actually like to try and push
Oh.
him.
Does it make sense?
No. But can you use it on small or medium or small, medium or large?
Small, medium, and large.
Okay, so 1 on each side of you.
Yeah,
You can
yeah.
use it. Great. That makes sense.
But I couldn't trip attack a dragon.
That also makes sense.
Well, I can because I'm a monk.
Fuck you, fighter. You make me fall over.
I want to try and push it away, so that's strength 15, and I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah, because it just says immediately after you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes.
Yes,
as a bonus
that's
action.
flurry of blows. As a reaction, that's open hand technique. If I use flurry of blows, I can either make people fall prone, push them 15 feet away, or make them not take reactions until their next turn. But strength DC 15.
Use it.
Okay. I'm gonna attack again.
Yeah.
Damn it. 11.
Doesn't it?
No. So I stand there.
And it's on the left one.
And I just stand there.
Yeah. Stand there and you stand there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I do best.
Makes sense. Then it is this fella. Having seen all of you guys making your way forward and now seeing these guys as well, he starts sprinting forward too. Goes, whoa, wait up guys! Because he doesn't have haste. You guys were very fast all of a sudden. So he makes his way further forward and is still out of range. For anything
Who?
you want to do.
Which
King Black runs further forward.
It doesn't say any size of the creature with your prone thing.
No.
So you can do it to any creature.
Yeah.
That's a
See,
dex
your turn.
save.
Yes, running 35 feet, and that was 50,
So you're now
9.
35 feet away. You
Yes.
stopped at 70 before.
so that's...
So you're 35 feet from the map now.
Would I be able to cast a firebolt at this point?
Fireball or bolt?
Bolt.
What's the range?
120 feet.
Then yes.
Good. I will do that.
Yeah.
I will... That's a 17 plus 8.
You hit.
Yes.
That's
2 of
lovely.
these.
Next session.
6 fire damage.
So that's maybe 12 fire. Who knows?
That's
Yeah.
a turn.
And that's my turn.
As it's this guy's turn, you see how he tries to do the same thing, but looking at the fire, kind of goes. Not that it's a lot from the firebolt, but kind of shakes it off. And where before you saw generation being done, it has not happened. in this turn. And also, I have to do something for your beam.
Yes. Constitution.
Moon boom.
13.
Cons.
Fails it.
Damage.
That's good because now that saves no damage. And that is a 13 damage.
13 damage. Yeah. What happens next is that looking at Kevin, who just stabbed it in the butt, it tries to
always a butt
Yes.
Kevin.
first, it tries to swing at you because the Kevin attacks things that are taller than him. 19 to hit,
Yes.
and you take a grande total of that's a cocked die. 11 slashing damage. Then it tries to. Did I say bite or claw you?
No, swing
Claw.
first and
Yes,
then
so it swings
bite.
again. Yes.
Wise swing.
Misses and then
Ah.
tries to bite at you.
Yes.
And hits a 26 against your AC. And
Strong.
does 7 piercing damage.
Yes.
That is its turn. Then
Did it start its turn in this?
it also took damage. But it started its turn. Why?
Did you take damage this turn?
Yes, he gave 13
From the
damage.
beam.
What happens next is this guy who
The mean will
didn't
be-
get hit by C does the same thing, and you see how where the slash came through from you before, the wound kind of starts healing.
Light them up!
On fire! And he attacks you.
Alright.
Hits you with a claw.
How much did he roll? Can I?
22.
Okay.
I mean, I know your AC is 14, so
16.
No, it's 16 now. So that's why I asked.
good thing that you asked. Then. It still hit you.
Asked.
Just say it every time.
So 10 damage of a piercing.
And that's halved.
No, it's actually slashing, but
That's
I
half
suppose
as well.
it's half on you because you're raging.
So 5.
5 damage. Attacks you again. This time hits a 15 to AC. So good thing you got haste.
Yeah.
Tries to then bite you. And rolls a 17.
How many attacks does it have?
3.
3.
Same as the other guy. It makes 2 bites, or 2 claw attacks and 1 bite attack. And then it does 7, so 3 damage to you. These guys.
So that's a max of 8 damage. It's because I can't do anything with my character right now.
Oh, yeah, so you took a total of.
5 on the first attack.
Yeah, so 8
3
damage
and-
total. Then it is Gallion.
Gallianos.
All right. That's me. I step forward. And now I use my booming blade
Yeah.
to attack.
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 Yes.
So I make an attack roll.
Do you do that?
With advantage.
Is it with advantage?
Because of him being in between.
No, it's melee. Yeah, if it's a melee attack, you have advantage
Oh,
on the
that's
attack.
right. I can't remember my first roll. It was a 15 plus.
Put the thieves.
I can't remember when I use booming blade. I still have to use it
It's a
as a
regular
weapon.
attack
Yeah.
roll.
Right. Well, that's 22.
You hit.
Yes. So that
It works on
will
the
mean it's
app.
1d6 plus what? 2d8. Great.
Isn't it 1D?
No, because I'm above level 5.
Oh, that's lovely. I just love high
I
level
believe that you
D&D.
guys know how to
Level
play your
8.
characters,
That's a 15 damage.
so 15 damage. Yeah.
Yes. And you know what? I can do the same thing again. So I think I will.
Is booming blade a?
It's just an action.
Is it a spell? Cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah. Then you go ahead and do that.
You brand is
Because you already prepared the booming blade last turn. But isn't it?
It's a one-time use, right?
One moment.
Does it stack?
Let's
Let's just do a rule and There we go.
You brandish the weapon used in the spell's casting and make a melee attack with it.
Yeah.
So you would say that you attack. Also, it takes an action to use Booming Blade.
Yeah, but because I already attacked with a melee weapon, I get an additional
but
attack.
what I'm saying is that when you do the Booming Blade thing, you do the boomy, and then you attack.
Was that a haste action you used to do the?
What I'm saying is that you made the Booming Blade last turn, right? And then you used it this turn. Is
Yes.
that what it is? Yes. You can't save it. Whenever you Booming Blade, you attack with it as well.
Yeah.
No take backsies. It's just so we know for future use.
Right.
Cool. So you used the Booming Blade from last turn, which is fine because now we know.
But
I
have 2 actions left.
1 attack and 1 action.
Yes. So on your haste action, you Booming Blade again.
And then you attack.
Yes, and then I use my double attack.
As part of the Booming Blade, that includes an attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know if
Do you have 2 attacks normally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
have you used both of them?
And it's cantrips, and you can use unlimited cantrips.
Yes. I'm gonna use my second attack now.
And then your haste action afterwards. Okay.
Nat 20.
And you double the die.
And the booming blading.
And I double the die?
Double the die, so you
double
get...
the Booming Blade die too.
Yeah, it's double the bubble.
That's 2d6s plus 4d8.
That is potentially a lot of damage. Potentially
48?
Yeah, because it's 2d8 per booming blade in level 5.
Or should I physically double the die?
Yes. You don't double the number, you double the amount of die that you roll.
Blade gives you attack 2d8.
Yeah.
In level 5.
Holy motherload.
That's a lot.
Level 5?
It's the same in level 5. I get 2d10 instead of 1d10.
As a warlock,
I get it.
23 damage
23
on my second.
please.
Yes.
You die.
Boom.
Blade not.
Nice.
I said wrong.
That
It did.
I'm just reading haste
what I can do.
because it says the action can be used only to take the attack action, dash, disengage, hide, use, or an object action. I don't know if that's a spell. It doesn't say spell, and it's pretty.
Can you
If
use
it's an
this
attack
action to...
Cast another spell.
A cantrip.
I don't know because
If it was Eldritch Blast,
You cannot use a haste action to cast a spell. Haste only allows for specific actions to be taken as part of the hasted action. Casting a spell, even an attack cantrip or a melee affecting cantrip cannot be cast as that is a spell and it's not an action but a spell action.
Okay.
So what we do instead is that you deduct your Booming Blade damage from the roll you just made, but you still net 20 with a normal attack. Because that you could do.
But that was his second attack. That wasn't his haste action.
he gets another hasted action attack.
But that was his second attack, right?
He
You made one
He
attack.
has 2 attacks.
I have 2 attacks.
You made one attack before with the Booming
Yeah.
Blade that you got from the previous round.
Yeah.
Then you attacked in this round.
Yes.
That is the second attack of your extra action.
No,
Now we're in a new round.
he used one of his attack actions
Yeah.
and the second attack action now, and now he has the third hasted
Hasted
action. Which
But the 2 actions are from extra attack. That's just going to be a regular attack.
Yes.
Yes.
But
that
you
is
could
what
also
happens
just-
now.
Just for the sake of continuity, just say that I used my haste action to attack and then it grants me the double
so
attack,
your
and I
Booming
also
Blade
use the
was
one
from
blade.
before that hit, and now you do a regular extra attack.
So I do it all over again?
No,
Your,
just-
your second Booming Blade that you just net 20 on.
Yeah.
That still counts.
Yeah.
And then instead of getting an extra hasted action that you can use for multiple things, you get your extra attack. But that you would have had
Just
to
an attack.
do the Booming Blade. We just reverse the order. It's the same thing you would have
Yeah,
done.
yeah, great. We agree now.
Yes.
I do as well. I don't know what's happening.
So attack, Booming Blade attack, attack.
Yes.
Yes. Go.
Everything have
you attack
Go.
one more time.
You have one more attack.
All is good. So now you
Attack
do your
what?
third
Oh.
attack this round, which would be an extra attack from your second attack.
Okay.
You're
Fuck
dead.
haste.
So now
I'm sorry.
So now it's just a regular attack.
Yes.
Please give
That's
haste to
actually
me.
on the
And that
Wizards,
is
Coast.
a 18.
You hit.
Wizards of the
Wizards
Coast.
of the Coast.
Yeah, that's on them then. Or is that
Witches of the color.
5 damage.
5 damage.
But still,
Yeah.
that's
You did a lot of damage in your turn.
Of the
Yeah.
Lost
Then
five.
it is
Chong, chong, chong,
Morks
chong.
and Els. None of you are really looking that way right now. You're pretty quiet. But Morks has moved on his turn.
Away from us.
It's your turn.
And
He's
he's
left.
running.
No, I'm going.
Attack!
He's going home.
Yeah.
That was my brother.
The guy
Home
was...
call.
Okay, yeah.
Which guy?
What
The
you
guy
need
was,
to
yeah, that guy. That
Okay, then taking 10 feet away from
Yeah. And
monster.
I get advantage. Still, I get
And attack.
They want to be
opportunity.
here so you can attack them both.
and attack of weapon. I can stand.
For him.
I'll be there. I'll be there. That sounds
be
nice.
there.
He wasn't there.
But I'm attacking the guy.
With the moonbeam.
Dominic before?
The moonbeam guy?
He was over here.
There.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm like
Because
limping.
he,
Yeah.
And
Are you that weak?
yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm 40 or something. 28.
Ah, you hit.
That's not even that 20. Yeah, I attack. That's 12 slashing damage.
To the left one or
Moonbeam.
the right one?
To
Moonbeam
this guy.
Yeah. He is not feeling very good.
No, okay, and I attack him again.
Yes.
Same guy. Yeah, that's great. 22.
You hit it.
11 points of damage.
He falls dead.
Stop throwing trees on me! And
Tired of these
that's my
motherfucking
turn.
trees.
These motherfucking trees in this motherfucking Feywild!
Yeah. Then it is Thargon.
Alright. Feeling greatly inspired by the attack just performed by my half-orc friend. I would like to do a reckless attack
Yes.
to this guy.
Yes.
So I get advantage.
Oh right, Theragon's there.
Yes.
And I do 20 to hit.
Did you attack with advantage before?
Yeah.
You couldn't have.
Yes,
Because
I
it has to
could.
be within
Yes.
5 feet of the same opponent, right?
Yeah.
5 feet of
And you
me.
were.
I'm standing perfectly in the
feet of
middle
me.
of
5
these
feet
two.
from
Oh, it has to be 5 feet of a creature. He also works on ranged attacks too.
No, it works on melee attacks on creatures that are 5 feet within my range.
Yeah.
I thought you had to be 5
No,
feet
no,
away.
no.
Okay.
9.
Yes, nice.
Alright, so 20 to hit.
You hit.
Alright. Noise. Ah! Oh shit. Okay. Are there any pluses to a reckless attack?
No, it's just you
It's
get
just the
advantage.
advantage. Great. So that's 9 damage.
Yes.
And I attack again.
Yeah.
And of course that's just a normal attack.
Oh, that's still reckless.
That's still
Because
reckless.
You're reckless on your turn.
Alright, right. I'm reckless! Oh damn, almost to 20. That's 19 plus 9.
You hit.
28.
28 too.
Alright.
Yeah, don't. Yeah.
No,
With you
16 damage.
Holy tits.
16?
Holy tits.
Yeah.
pick up that
That's a lot of damage.
It's that rage bonus.
Kevin, your turn. Oh, unless if you want to move. Rage.
No, why should I? Maybe I'll just dance a bit around this side just so if Kevin wants to come over.
Aww.
Grazie,
Making
there.
space. Yeah.
Now back massage!
20.
Yeah.
25. 30.
Yeah. It would be 10, 25 because it's difficult terrain in the course. But yeah.
I'm gonna
But
stay.
here's that. Yeah, easy peasy for you.
And I'm gonna attack.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. That is an 18.
You hit.
That's great. And he takes 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yeah. And I attack again.
Yeah.
No, I do a stunning strike first.
Or
Yeah.
stunning strike. On
Constitution 15.
on the attack you just made.
Yes.
After you do damage?
Yes. When
It's
you
not-
hit with a melee weapon
Okay, so it
attack.
has to be before you do damage.
Oh, okay.
So it's
not
you
damage.
have 15 attacks to do it
You
anyway.
get both damage and also the key.
I know you get both, but
It's
you
not
have to
damage.
call it before damage. Because you can then use it on a guy that technically dies on the turn.
Ah.
And waste stunning strike that way.
That is true.
But it's the
But I
15
didn't know
attacks.
if he died. I only said what damage. Oh well. You can.
If we rule as written in
That's fair.
then
I'm just
it was
gonna.
written.
I'm gonna use stunning
I
strike on
mean,
my
I was gonna
next.
say you have like 9 attacks left anyway, so
This
it's
is
not
the
like
thing.
9 attacks left.
24.
yeah. And now, before you roll damage, If you want to do stunning strike. Yes.
And you
And
take
what is the difficulty?
15
He clears it.
Okay, damn it. 6 damage.
6
I
damage.
use a key point to do flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry derby does.
Next one is 17.
To hit?
Yeah.
You hit?
Yeah.
When you hit on 15 last turn, so.
And I would like him to try and fall prone. So you have to do a dexterity saving throw of DC 15.
Dexterity?
Yeah.
That is
Why
like
do you
the
know?
fourth die you've dropped this session.
He failed his dexterity saving.
No, it's the second die I've dropped.
He clears it.
Sleight of hand.
Despite it not being very dexterous.
No, that's actually impressive. I have.
Oh,
and he takes 7 damage.
Oh, yeah.
And I have my last one. 7 damage. Grazie. And that is 23.
And you hit.
And he can't take reactions until his next turn, and he takes 7 damage. Because of my flurry of blows open hand technique.
Blows.
That is one of the effects I can impose on the target. It can't take reaction until the end of the next turn.
That's fucking.
He's been reading up on his class.
And I do like this. Boom, boom.
Oh, no opportunity.
No attack of opportunity.
Hey!
And then I say, I think there's one more over there behind the ruin. And I point over to the ruin. So is it a big one?
So yeah.
This is a big one.
There's one more over there.
Then it is moving forward. Seek.
Seeing this big ogre guy, how's he looking?
And very shit.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I'm running 35 feet forward. I will be on the
You are
map
on
now.
the map now.
Yeah.
Welcome.
And seeing this, I'm just gonna take the big floor and then take a firebolt to the face. To the guy.
Roll.
Yeah.
I will roll the die. 18 plus 8.
You hit.
Yes. Fire damage. That's 7 plus 3. 10 fire damage.
10 damage. It's feeling more shit.
Hair's burning.
Tears burning, and as in kill it
with fire.
I'm trying.
Is that the end of your turn?
That's me and my turn.
Same thing happens. Tries to regenerate. Does not happen.
Oh, that's what it was.
And it attacks Tharagar, I suppose, because he's stood right next to him.
Yeah, that's the.
That's actually pretty shit to be so low when he's so high, and I'd say no reactions until his turn.
25 to your AC.
I thought he couldn't do anything on his turn.
No,
Can't take reactions.
Ah.
Until his next turn.
11 piercing damage, so 5 piercing damage.
Yes.
Tries to claw you again. That was a claw attack, by the way. 12 against your AC, does not hit.
Nope.
Tries to bite you. Hits you, 21. And you take 8, so 4 piercing damage.
Alright.
These are fucking dangerous. Can you tell? You've taken like 8 damage in total so far. Other than the pillars.
I'm taking like 15.
You did.
I'm
16
taking
pillars.
but it's all good.
I'm taking like 15.
They're not strong.
Gavin, your turn.
Yes. 5.
You're seeing face, a small sailors flying around your head.
And so I will use
This is
my not haste action.
blooming
Yes.
Blooming babes.
Blooming
yes.
babe.
Blooming babe.
Is that a spell?
That is a cantrip.
Cantrip. So you
Wait. I won't do that. I will.
So that's your main action.
That's my main action.
Great. So you don't have extra attack this turn.
Just a melee, normal
Yes,
melee.
because
You use your
Hold
not
it, hold
haste
it.
main action
yes,
on
Moonbeam.
your moonbeam.
yes.
And I do a dex save.
No, Constitution.
In any case,
13,
clears it. Now actually only because it became
but still half damage.
yes.
And I rolled a 7, so that's 4.
3 damage. We round down.
Things round, down, down.
Yeah.
But because I'm so hasty,
Yeah.
Not too hasty.
Not too hasty.
I will just attack it.
Yeah.
And I roll
With advantage.
with advantage That's good because I roll a false 20.
Yeah, there's a hit.
And that's 10 damage.
And as you cleave your into where there will be a with your
Through the
scimitar,
moonbeam.
Into the moonbeam, yeah, exactly. You kind of slice open or slice
Shit
open
to
the
the
moonbeam.
moon.
The moonbeam comes up and kind of fades away, and what you see is just this big troll, as you know it, falling to the ground. And we are now out of combat.
Seek to the moon.
Why? I'm not going to the moon.
There might be more
Not yet.
trolls in the area. I think we saw 2 around here, and I point over there.
Stay on your guard.
So we've
my
defeated
stuff
3, and you saw
Yeah,
2.
but this one came from over there.
Right. Well,
What?
I run over here.
be careful.
I prepare a dodge when I go in.
I go the other way around.
Hey, Kevin, I think those 2 trolls were the guys who were here, and then the guy who sneak.
No.
Was the other one. I
You
think
don't-
there were just 3.
You don't see any
That's true.
trolls.
3. They were in 3s.
No trolls
As
in the
soon as the
dungeon.
battle ends, we're done soon, by the way, in case of phone calls and stuff.
I'm just gonna sit down.
You
Kind of fireball this in the face, just because.
you make your way into the ruin and
Yeah,
full
sure,
focus
just
mode. In the
regenerate.
meantime, as Galleon moves up to the fire, you see it being
And look into
pretty
the
much exclusively wood that's been burned, but you see limbs of various fey creatures in the fire as well, which would then, I mean, add 2 and 2 together for the stench that you're currently stood in, because there are a lot of not molded, what's the word for it, burned flesh on that fire.
Let's search the houses and keep pressing on.
Look for any survivors.
Okay.
I say with not much hope in my heart.
You
As Mox
make
and
your way
Gimblar
through
come.
the houses. Mox and Gimblar come up to you as well.
Good job, guys. It doesn't seem like a threat to you at all, despite the challenge ratings being supposed to actually be dangerous and stuff.
You sound an awfully lot like Morgs right now.
It was more.
Oh, I thought you said
Kevin, where were you in this?
Pay attention, my friend.
Mox and
You-
Gimbal, help us search this place.
We have
Yes, let's look for shiny things.
Please.
And survivors. First of all, survivors.
Survivors also. First survivors, yes, of course, survivors.
Well, they did throw a bit of things on
You
us, but it's
start
not-
spreading out and kind of clearing the buildings one by one. Again, not only has this village been seemingly abandoned quite a long time ago, I can go back to the book. Not only has this place been abandoned quite a long while ago, it still doesn't really add up to you why the trolls would have come here from the mountains. But everything, it seems like people fled this place at one point. There are some things left behind, but everything that would be of value in terms of if any of these people at all even had magical items or anything similar weaponry-wise would have been brought with them when they fled this place.
Morgs? Do these trolls usually look like this, or are they any different from the ones you've seen before?
No.
Oh.
Trolls are pretty angry usually.
Well,
They like food.
yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Most living beings like. Yeah.
Did the trolls have anything useful on them?
No, they were pretty much bare bone. I mean, they had a piece of cloth to hide their genitalia because PG, you know. But other than that, you were fighting naked claws, and I mean, the weapons they had were things they had pulled out of the ground or taken from the buildings. They were just nude brutes.
These claws.
They were
Santa
nails.
Claus.
So
What about their teeth?
What
they
about the
didn't
eggs?
bite.
They don't need it.
How big are their teeth?
Oh, they look so tasty.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
not
but-
enough. How the claws? How long would they?
Nothing useful. I mean, you're welcome to try. You're welcome to chop off a hand, but it won't even be a dagger.
No, I'm not the chop off hands kind of guy.
No, you're the hand.
A toe, though.
You're the teeth
Or a
pull
finger.
guy.
Troll dick.
So you're saying they usually
I would only do it
My
for
troll dick
interrogation.
necklace.
Mummified troll dick.
It's a whip.
Which one has the biggest?
So Morgs is
Because
usually
PG.
they're up in the mountains, right?
Because PG is
These
out the
kind
window.
of beings.
Well,
Or
I don't know how you would know this, but
no, I thought he said that. Oh, you said that.
oh
as a
no.
DM.
I mean,
I said
Galleon.
that.
Oh,
Galleon.
yeah.
Usually in the mountains.
So
I said that.
I'm having a bit scallion. So you're saying that they're usually in the mountains?
Was me.
No, it's me.
Yes, I don't know why they came here. The mountains are quite a long way.
Can we see
From
how like does this look like a village that was abandoned recently or
Would have probably been before or when the guy exploded. Yeah.
right? Okay, so
Let's move on.
yeah, let's
Find
do
a place to camp for the night.
What about here? We have warmth.
Warmth
not-
from
You
bodies.
haven't really at any point been cold. So
Oh, okay, cool.
No, it's only the wood on the fire.
No, there's
You've been
also
emotionally
remains of
cold.
people in the fire.
Didn't he just say there was only wood on the fire?
No, there remains of
And
people.
coffee.
You guys got pancakes.
It's just because I'm a bit yeah.
That's
all good.
where the barbecue smell came.
Barbecue? Is he in there?
Okay,
Yeah,
and Dominic
yes.
immediately pukes a little bit. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Fuck.
I think we should move on just a bit.
Yes. Press on.
That's a good idea.
You should rest. Hard hits to the head is not very good, especially if you're throwing up right now. Maybe if you can cover your eyes or something like that and lay down, it would be a good thing for you. Take it easy.
But don't go to sleep.
Okay, Tharakar, thank you. I will do that. Hold my hand.
You did take quite a big blow, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I just lay on my hands on you.
You lay on your hands on you.
I lay my hands on you.
I lay
And
my
I give
hands on you.
20.
It's like 4.
Whoa!
20 health.
Whoa, what was that? I don't feel so dizzy anymore. That's nice.
Continue wandering through the forest as you leave the village behind.
Kevin's been poisoned.
Why are you moving so slow still?
You leave.
I have
the
to walk
village
like this to
behind.
walk in your temple because I'm
No,
still
no,
in this.
it works a minute, so you probably feel like the fate of the fast
Oh,
energy after.
okay.
Thank you, Galleon.
How's your steed
Welcome,
doing?
Luna, I choose you.
Let's see.
What was it that elk sounded like? We found out when they can sound like fucking nightmare creatures when they yell. Yep. No, they're like moose. They are literally evil ghost monster
Oh,
sounds.
D&D Beyond is down.
Well, it's
Can't use this, but still.
Yeah. Yeah. They you
Bone tomahawk.
leave the village. Thank you, elk.
Yes, and I summon my.
You summon your
and he
steed.
says that,
Great.
and I say, "Nice to see you too."
Great. You continue into the woods, leaving the village behind.
They are beautiful.
Again, the trees are still the same garden trees. And that's where we're into this session.
Wow.
Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you for more D&D next time.
Yeah!